Lutnick is co-chair of the transition team helping to advise and vet potential administration nominees. He was thought to be on the short list of Treasury Secretary contenders. The Commerce Department will play a key role in the president-elect's plans to implement tariffs, a policy Lutnick has embraced.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. Still no decision yet on a Treasury Secretary. And we're just learning there is a search for a new FBI director. Current Director Christopher Wray in the 7th year of a 10-year term appointed in the first Trump administration. Prosecutors in New York City say they will not agree to dismiss the Trump hush money-related conviction.
As New York Judge Juan Merchan decides the next step in the case, the Manhattan DA's office said it would not accept a dismissal of the conviction on falsifying business records because of the election result. It might, however, agree to pausing the case until after President-elect Trump's new term.
Fox's Gernal Scott, no decision yet from the judge. The conviction was for falsifying business records in 2017 when he was President Trump to hide payments made to Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says another late night is coming as he tries to bring more Biden judicial nominees up for a vote.
Voting on the president's judicial nominees is a core function of the Senate. It's one of our basic responsibilities, and we're going to carry out that responsibility as long as this majority continues.
Senate Republicans delaying votes last night as the president-elect accuses Democrats of trying to stack the courts with radical judges on their way out the door. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The cops say they could use your help. Partly cloudy, 66 degrees downtown. Your radar is clear of any rain. Low temps tonight drop all the way down to the lower 40s. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. IMPD officers responded to 5 different shootings last night. Officer Tommy Thompson says people need to give the department a call if they see anything suspicious.
IMPD can't do it alone. It takes this entire community, and we continue to repeat that. The community, we need you to step up, and we need you to say something if you see something and report to us and let us know if there's criminal activity.
The first shooting happened around 6, and one person was killed at a gas station on the east side. Thompson says anyone with info on any of those shootings can give Crime Stoppers a call or go straight to IMPD with information. You can do it all anonymously as well. Despite new accusations of sexual harassment against him, the Democratic state senator was reelected to his leadership role in the state Senate. Kurt Darling reports.
During their organization day on Monday, Democrats in the state house voted State Senator Greg Taylor to once again serve as the party's caucus chair and Senate minority leader. However, that same day, an Indy Star report detailed accusations of sexual harassment by Taylor from 2 state house staffers and an intern. Taylor was reelected as minority leader, even though the caucus also said in a statement that they were deeply troubled by the accusations against Taylor. He apologized for his actions in a statement Monday. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The temperatures are only going to get colder the next few days. So cold, in fact, that you could get some snow Thursday.
Some areas of central Indiana could pick up minor accumulations. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for travel. Since the ground's pretty warm, we would have to have some pretty heavy snow rates for it to accumulate on the roads, and we don't expect that. It should be light to moderate snow showers.
Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service. The strongest chances for snow in the northern portion of the state, but you heard him there. We could get it here in Indianapolis. And a bill to establish a new deadline to have the FAFSA available to you was approved by the House. That bill was written by Indiana's Aaron Houchet, who says last year's delay of the FAFSA rollout was unacceptable.
Not only did the Biden-Harris Department of Education repeatedly fail to release FAFSA, when they finally released it, it didn't work.
Her bill moves the deadline from January 1st to October 1st of the previous year, giving you more time to fill out your FAFSA form if you need it. Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 3:04.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-525-9369. 800-525-9369. 800-525-9369.
The traffic on the 5s at 3:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, I am looking at southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic now 21st to Meridian Ped. At eastbound 70 loads up at West Street into the south split. Heading towards Martinsville, southbound 69 stop-and-go traffic after Waverly Road to Big Bend Road. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop Grand Appliance for Black Friday pricing all month long, plus thousands in rebate savings on top brands. Learn more at grandappliance.com or your local Grand showroom. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies staying in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Oh, man, Hammer, it's absolutely beautiful here. Late November, highs in the 60s. Are you kidding me? I'm wearing shorts to work for the first time in weeks.
I love it.
Come on, baby.
I love it.
Now, let's ruin all of that with some Donald Trump legal stuff. Mr. Attorney General Todd Rokita, please get us going here.
Legal stuff.
Crime. Punishment. Judges. Legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Breaking the law.
Man, you had me all excited.
I know.
I thought you knew a way we could open the window in the studio and let the breeze blow in.
Incredible.
That'd be awesome. But instead, we're talking about the weaponization of the Justice Department against a political rival. And it's always cute when I hear Democrats are concerned that Donald Trump may do that when he becomes the president again.
He's going to go after his political rivals. Well, that's what you're doing right now, kind of, isn't it, with Donald Trump? What you have been doing with multiple cases in multiple states that are mostly just shams.
And we got updates on these shams, if you will.
Yeah.
So the hush money case, as it's been dubbed as, from New York.
Wrongly dubbed.
Right, 100%. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Old Fat Alvin. Hey. Fat Alvin Bragg. So it looks like the judge has agreed to postpone any sort of sentencing for Donald Trump. And now we have to just play the waiting game. There's a lot of appeals that are going to come down the timeline here, but it sounds like the judge is open to the idea of letting Donald Trump serve 4 years as president, and then after that, going for the sentencing.
I love it. 76 million Americans voted for Donald Trump. You're not letting him do anything. I think you're really taking a second to kick back, scratch your head, and figure out what all of this really means.
And for those saying, now, wait a minute, why doesn't Donald Trump just pardon himself, right? He's going to be the commander-in-chief. He's going to be the president. This is a state's case, so the pardons only work on federal levels. So I think Fat Alvin's looking to play the long game here, but let's be honest. 4 years from now...
Will he even be prosecutor?
And will anybody care? Is anybody 4 years from now that works in that office or, works anywhere in the justice system of New York or Manhattan, are they going to care? Donald Trump's already served his time. They only did this to try to keep him out of office. At this point, who cares? But we'll see. So that's what's going on now. And you sent me something this morning that I had to do a double take on.
Yeah.
Voice of reason, Michael Avenatti. Now, remind our audience, Nige, who Michael Avenatti is.
Creepy porn lawyer? As Tucker Carlson dubbed him, he was a representative of, he represented Stormy Daniels.
Correct.
Stormy Daniels, of course, is who is partly what this case Alvin Bragg is bringing about, like non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Hey, look, I'm going to give you some money here. Probably just don't say anything. And I don't consider that hush money. I just consider that an agreement.
Which happens every day in this country.
Yes, a legal agreement between parties, consensuating consensual adults agreeing, money in exchange for non-disclosure.
Right. So Avenatti puts out this tweet.
Again, he represented Stormy Daniels.
Right. Quote, the hush money verdict should be promptly thrown out by Judge Marchand and the case immediately dismissed. It was always a political prosecution solely designed to keep President Trump from being elected, founded on the perjury of grifters Cohen and Daniels. While the country moves forward, Cohen and Daniels can crawl back from where they came from.
Wow.
Now, you mentioned earlier he was Stormy Daniels' attorney, but they had a bad breakup. There was a nasty parting of ways where people were owed money and people were not paying money. And Avenatti, who went up the river for some different issues, he's flaming Stormy Daniels now.
He tried to extort Nike?
Yes.
Allegedly? Or
tried to shake
allegedly.
down Nike.
Yeah.
Which is a bold move, and it did not work out.
He was in jail for a while.
In other Trump-ish news, without really explaining why, the Georgia Court of Appeals canceled upcoming oral arguments featuring Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis.
Big fat Fannie. You said it wrong.
No, I said it right.
No. It's funny.
No.
Donald Trump even at his rallies would say, funny.
It's Fannie.
Big fat Fannie. Thank you.
It's like Joe Dirt saying his last name is Dierte.
This is the election interference stuff down in Georgia?
Right.
Yeah.
This is about whether or not she should be disqualified as the prosecutor in this whole situation as they try to get Trump on RICO charges. Yeah. Now, if you remember, old Big Fat Fannie had a problem with spending taxpayer money on her side piece. Oh, they were flying around the country, having fat sex, doing all kinds of stuff.
Ew.
So next month, the state's appellate court, which was scheduled to hear Trump's legal team, as well as lawyers representing his 8 remaining co-defendants, that whole thing has been canceled right now. Now, people are wondering what's going on. Why is this the case? Phil Holloway, who is like the legal expert at Town Hall, tweets, quote, I mean, the court is prepared to rule on the basis of briefs alone. I suspect this is bad news for Willis, but we shall see.
Boxers or briefs?
For Big Fat Fannie? Parachute. Parachute,
Stop
Nige,
it.
with 2 holes cut into it. We've got Miss
wrong with you?
Kylen filling in for Allison. Can I get some mood music, please? Gearing up for the big Thanksgiving roadie. I'll be heading out of town next week, going down to Rocky Top.
Nice.
Little pilgrimage. Are you a travel for the holidays guy?
No, only when I lived in Austin in the late 2000s with my wife for two or 3 years. We traveled back home for the holidays, and I think once we got back, I think we spent the Thanksgiving in Florida once.
Okay,
but not since our kids have been born. No, I mean we traveled to Greensburg for her family.
That doesn't count. I'm talking about going out of state or something.
Yeah, then no. So you are traveling.
Yes. We're spending the whole week in Rocky Top next week. But according to AAA,
nice.
I'm not alone, man. 80 million people expected to hit the roads and airports this Thanksgiving holiday period. Again, this is from our friends at AAA. And they're saying that Tuesday and Wednesday, those days before Thanksgiving, the heaviest travel days.
No thanks. No thanks. But I've traveled on Christmas Day and I've traveled on Thanksgiving Day. Those are the best days to travel. I mean, I know it's not ideal if you want to be with your family right then and there when you wake up in the morning, but those airports and airplanes are empty.
Really?
On Thanksgiving Day and
because if
Christmas
movies
Day.
have taught me anything, you're going to get stuck next to John Candy, who's going to take his shoes off.
On Wednesday, the night before, sure. Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah.
But
not on the actual holiday, no.
and this may be a question for Kylan. She's substantially younger than you and I, Nige, but is the day before Thanksgiving still like a big party day for like folks in their 20s and 30s, Kylan?
I've never partied on that day, so I guess not for my avenue of people.
Yeah, that was...
Maybe that's a generational thing. Maybe that's a Gen X deal. We used to go hard the night before Thanksgiving.
So everybody's in town from college, all your buddies, like in your 20s.
Right. Get real drunk and wake up and eat the good
hungover.
food, and that helps you feel better.
Soak up all the grease, sure.
Noted. I'm going to be adding that to my bucket list now.
Please.
To have Thanksgiving food as my hangover food. I appreciate that.
That's what you learn here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. Tie one on with all your old buddies the day before Thanksgiving. Wake up and eat the good food. That's free advice. You can use that next time you're on first date with Terry Stacy and the gang. All right, Matt Bear standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center. He's got to look at the roads.
Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 drags before west into the south split. And Morgan County southbound 69 stop and go traffic after Waverly Road to Big Bend Road. Traffic sponsored by Honda of Fishers. Fall brings falling leaves and falling prices. Visit Honda of Fishers now for great deals on new and used Hondas. Visit Honda of Fishers in person or online at hondaoffishers.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
They finally get 465 there on the northeast side all cleaned up, Matt? Matt?
Yes.
Matt. He took immediately. Did they finally get 465 there on the northeast side all cleaned up?
Yeah, it's done.
I mean, that was I had to get up really early this morning. I was following that the entire morning. I texted Matt at like 5:45 this morning. You got your work cut out for you, bro.
And I said something really vulgar, I remember. Because it was like 5:15. I'm like, no, they can't be doing that already.
Nice job this morning, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up here in just about 15 minutes, our pal Jeff Boggs will be here. Boggs, former Letterman writer, Hoosier. It's always fun when he comes by. And coming up next, though, an update on where Nigel and I are going to be this weekend and why people in Rome are ticked off. You've ticked off the Romans. We've got an update on that. Don't go anywhere. We're having a lot of fun. Jump in the YouTube chat. Have a good time with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
President-elect Trump has a new cabinet pick, Sean Duffy, to be Transportation Secretary.
93 WIBC.
Much colder temperatures on the way.
Chance of snow.
Could pick up minor accumulations.
Hear the news.
Gas prices to trend downward.
Several counties, the average is below $3 a gallon.
Another news update is minutes away.
10-0 Indiana Hoosier football team plays second-ranked Ohio State. Head football coach Kurt Signetti will be at full strength for the game.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
Are you worried your furnace isn't ready? Fear not at B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical. Visit bplusw.com/radio where your comfort is their priority. B&W is your independent American Standard air dealer.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good? Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ins 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
What does the joy of Christmas mean to you? A gift? Time with family? Decorations and traditions? At Shepherd Community, the joy of Christmas is learning to read, feeling safe and loved, finding a stable job, and having a community that cares. Shepherd gives its neighbors gifts of joy and hope for a brighter future. You can give the joy of Christmas to neighbors living in poverty, not just at the holidays, but all year long. Visit caringatchristmas.org/give. That's caringatchristmas.org/give.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Pat Sullivan here, and the holidays are right around the corner, which means all the food prep in your home and then scraps and leftovers thrown right down the garbage disposal. Don't let a clogged kitchen sink ruin your holiday spirit. Consider upgrading your garbage disposal before it's too late. Call my friends at Hope Plumbing today for a premium garbage disposal and get $100 off. Leave the dirty work to Hope Plumbing. Visit hopeplumbing.com for all their holiday specials today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, designers of fine jewelry.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, this Saturday, the Goodman House Brewing Company. Oh, man. Beer, food, sports, lots of raffles and prizes. And we're teaming up with Franciscan Health Hammer. It's kind of a one-stop shop for all things men's health for Movember.
Now, I also got an email from someone saying, I'm a lady. Can I come to this? Hell yes, you can. Because we have an Ask a Doctor, Ask a Nurse section where maybe you don't want to have an exam there. Maybe that's out of your comfort zone, but you can ask and get all the information. Sure, we need some ladies in there. It can't just be a sausage fest. No, no, no. So come on by.
Please.
And who knows? Maybe Nigel will give you a prostate exam. It's
if you're lucky. Depends on how much money you got on you.
We're going to have the IU Ohio State game on the screens.
That starts at noon, right?
Right. Big noon kickoff. Beer's going to be flowing. We got prizes. Our friends from the Fan, Jake Query, Kevin Bowen, those guys are going to be there.
John.
JMV is going to be there. We're going to have a good time, but you just have to show up. And if you're one of these people that have like insurance where you get a discount if you get some sort of medical checkup or whatever, I know we had that for a long time here. I don't think we have it anymore, but we had it for a long time. Right. But if you are fortunate enough, you can get that taken care of. So just stop by Goodman House this Saturday. Nigel and I are going to be there at noon, right when the game kicks off, and hang out with us. So people in Rome, they're ticked off. They're upset that some Airbnb gave away a 3-hour gladiator experience inside the real Colosseum.
Cool. Wait, people, haven't you been to Rome? Or did your family?
No, my family has. They went on a trip. I didn't make it.
Okay.
We had just kind of started this gig when they took their trip, and
cool.
I couldn't get off. But No, this was a deal to promote the new Gladiator movie, Gladiator 2, Electric Boogaloo. And here is an Airbnb rep talking about this controversial giveaway.
You will get a 3-hour-long experience at night after sundown at the Coliseum, and you'll have the entire arena all to yourselves. They'll be greeted by their patron host for the evening, who will take them down into the underground chambers of the Coliseum, which is called the Hippogeum. That is where gladiators would actually walk the halls themselves and prepare for battle. But you'll also be able to explore every part of the Coliseum to yourself. So this is truly a one-of-a-kind opportunity, and the Coliseum has never opened its doors after dark to the public.
So let me guess, locals are pissed because they feel like their home is under siege, as towns and cities are unavailable to them because they've been taken over by tourists. Is that right?
That's part of it. The other angle, and I think you could tell with the way she was speaking, some of the locals are like, well, hell, we would love to have that experience, but it wasn't open to us. Despite the fact we live here, you're going to let some slapnut that lives in New York fly over here and get this experience. We live here next to the Coliseum, and we can't get this experience. That sucks.
I mean, it's Rome, though. It's a tourist destination. The entire, I mean, come on. You live there. I understand that, but that's part of the reason why you're thriving and why you're where you live is thriving is because it's a worldwide tourist destination.
But how would you feel if, like, in Zionsville or in Indianapolis, there was a promotion? Hotels, half off, suites and penthouses, but you can't be a local. Like, that would suck, right? Like, well, maybe I would want to have a staycation and check this out. It's pretty cool. I want to support what's in my community, but I can't. But some dork that's from Washington, D.C. that, has some sort of inheritance can now come over here and run through the Coliseum.
I would be mad if they did a promotion where you could win an overnight stay in Mayor John Stayer's corner office at Town Hall there in Zionsville.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. I'm one of his constituents. I'm not eligible? BS.
Have you had a one-on-one conversation with John Stayer yet, Nige?
Oh, no.
As the unofficial mayor of Zionsville, I thought you would have had one with the official mayor.
Didn't he call into the show, but I couldn't be here that day, or I was on vacation?
Yes.
I think before the election.
Which a lot of people had the tinfoil hat theory that maybe you are John Stayer. Maybe you are the mayor of Zionsville.
I wish I had his bank account. Are you kidding me?
No, I
Channel
think you
13
guys
all those years.
I think you guys had a substantial upgrade in the mayor department from Emily Bleep You Styron that was in charge before. She was a real treat.
I had heard she'd moved out of town, but I have no clue.
Good.
What's after that?
Good. Glad she's gone.
I'm not worried about it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Indy, tired of using the fall to paint your house year after year? Then do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
And right now, Indy, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I think it increases the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Well, I'm telling you what, Barkeep Vodka. If you have not tried Barkeep Vodka yet, you have no idea what you're missing. These guys are local, and they're using this new compression filtering process that kind of reduces the bite and the burn and the aftertaste. Smoothest vodka I've ever tasted, and a much better value than almost all the other top-shelf vodkas.
Switch to Barkeep because it's made in Indy and distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. These guys are all about local, and they truly have made a better product. We've had it. It's awesome. Pick up a bottle at Indiana grocery stores, liquor stores, or visit barkeepvodka.com for a list of locations.
Have you compared your options during Medicare open enrollment? Plans change each year, and so can your health. That's why it's so important to compare this year and make sure your drugs are covered. At Medicare.gov, you can easily compare all your options. Find a better plan, save some money, or both. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's only going to get colder. 66 degrees, partly cloudy over the monuments. All clear with your radar. Low of 42 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:31. The warm temperatures this week, at least warm for November, won't last, says Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service.
Much colder temperatures on the way. By the time we get to Wednesday, temperatures will be in the 40s for highs, and that's going to stick around. We may even be in the upper 30s by Thursday.
Bowers says it could get cold enough by Thursday for some snow. A husband and wife are in some trouble with the law in southern Indiana. John Heverick reports.
State police said Tuesday morning that they arrested Joni Savala and Maria Bonilla for creating fake LLCs and using them to let people not allowed in the United States register their vehicles.
This is essentially charges that accumulated within their business practices going back as far as 2019.
Master Trooper Philip Hensley says they didn't pay a lot of taxes they were supposed to, and they defrauded the state. On Monday, both Zavala and Bonilla were taken to the Clark County Jail. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Who and where someone should be going to the bathroom. It's what's being discussed in the House today.
A man is a man, and a woman is a woman, and a man cannot become a woman. That said, I also believe, that's what Scripture teaches, what I just said, but I also believe that we treat everybody with dignity. And so we can do and believe all those things at the same time.
House Speaker and Republican Mike Johnson answering questions about a proposal from Republican Nancy Mace that would ban biological men who identify as women from using women's bathrooms. This all just a few weeks after Sarah McBride, a Democrat, won a House seat after this last election. She's going to be the first transgender member of Congress. A bill to establish a new deadline to have the FAFSA available to you was approved by the House. It was written by Indiana's Aaron Hougen, who says last year's delay of the FAFSA rollout was unacceptable.
Not only did the Biden-Harris Department of Education repeatedly fail to release FAFSA, when they finally released it, it didn't work.
Her bill moves the rollout deadline from January 1st to October 1st of the previous year, which gives you more time. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:33.
Looking for a great place to go for car care?
Hi, this is Lonnie Hinkle from Jiffy Lube, and I'd like to share the top 5 reasons that every Hoosier should trust Jiffy Lube to help keep their car running safe and well. Number 5, our computer system holds the maintenance data for every make and model. We know exactly what your car needs and when it needs to be done. Number 4, Jiffy Lube's training system is in the Training Magazine Hall of Fame. Along with companies like Ritz-Carlton, Starbucks, and Nordstrom's, our team does the job right. Number 3, you never need an appointment. We are ready to serve you whenever it works best for you, so come on in and see us. Number 2, Jiffy Lube accepts competitor coupons so you can get our great service at the desperate price of our competitors. And number 1, Jiffy Lube is a one-stop maintenance shop, and we make it easy for you to take great care of your car. Avoid the repair shop by getting your maintenance done at Jiffy Lube. And we now offer brakes, tires, tune-ups, and minor repairs at most stores.
So head to Jiffy Lube. There's really no reason to take your car anywhere else.
The traffic at 3:34. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison, inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic 29th to Meridian Penn. Southwest side, southbound 465 slows from 70 over to the White River. Eastbound 70 dragging from Tibbs Avenue into the South Split. And on the north side, eastbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Morgan County, nasty delay here on southbound 69. It's after Waverly Road to Big Bend Road. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Don't miss the annual B-Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee-owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies stay in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Girl, you know it's true.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel.
Yes,
Jason
sir.
Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
I'm surprised he's here with this historic date on the calendar. Jeff Boggs is a former television writer for Letterman and some of your favorite shows. And you hear Milli Vanilli in the background right now. It was on this date back in 1990. They were stripped of their Grammy Awards, and I feel like this would be the type of day like you would be out celebrating somewhere because I know how you take your music seriously.
I'm very serious about my music. I would also like to say I saw Milli Vanilli live at Deer Creek, 1989, I believe, with Tone Loc and Information Society.
What a great show.
Incredible.
So that was a big deal. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, the debate rages on. They didn't sing on their album, but the songs were incredible. You know,
right.
I still love their songs.
The dudes that sang it were really good.
They will.
I have no idea who the dudes are that sang on it, though.
I don't think anybody does, which is kind of the problem. But they had 4 bona fide top 5 hits, and we still love them today. So
look at that picture right there, Boggs.
Is that you and Rob or Fab?
Well, the one that's not deceased.
Okay.
Whichever one that
the
is.
living one.
I think it's Rob.
But that's back in the day, man.
Good for you.
I was fired up. I was kind of fired up for it.
Well,
it was like a radio junket.
You got to share that on our social media.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, it was the MTV concert, the MTV tour back then, and Paula Abdul only appeared in certain cities, so we were a little bummed. But it was a great show. It was very cool. It brings up an interesting point, though. All right, so Milli Vanilli had their Grammy taken away because it came out that they didn't sing on their album. I happen to think Luke Bryan should be stripped of all of his awards and any money he's ever made because he actually did sing on his albums. You know?
Yes.
If you think about
Is this because he blocked you on social media?
It's not blocked. He started this whole thing.
Started it.
On a podcast, his exact words were, if I ever see that guy, I'm just going to start swinging.
Your social media at not Kenny Rogers, by the way.
Yes, and
he tried to pick a fight with a parody account.
It's ridiculous, and he lost. He lost horribly, and everyone saw it. Now tomorrow night he is hosting the CMA Awards with Peyton Manning. You know, the Country Music CMA Awards, and I heard a commercial for it coming in, and they're promoting, with special appearances by Beyonce, Post Malone, Jewel, Hootie and the Blowfish, Savage Garden, Limp Bizkit, and any other act that isn't country. The CMA Awards. I don't know what happened to country music in the last decade and a half. It's shocking.
So you're not a bro country guy. Like, take me through the country music that you identify with. Are we talking like 90s new hit country?
That's me, boy. That's
like
me. That's
Kenny
me and you,
Chesney, Tim McGraw, or are you taking it back to like Alabama, Dixieland Delight, that type of stuff?
Well, listen, when growing up as a kid, we used to take long trips to Ohio in our big brown van. There were 8 kids, 2 adults. My dad would play nonstop the Urban Cowboy 8-track and Kenny Rogers 8-track and Mac Davis. So by the time I was able to drive myself, I hated that kind of music. But then I ended up going to Nashville and producing a show called Nashville Star. Was there for 5.5 years. That was when everything was exploding with, I guess, Kenny Chesney was the biggest thing. Tim McGraw and his fake hair, all Lady Antebellum, all these,
I'm sorry, that's Lady A. Thank you very much.
Right. Apologies for offending anyone. And so I was a huge fan. I started going to the concerts. The hottest girls in the world go to country concerts.
Oh, yeah.
So as a single guy at the time, it was awesome going. But now I don't even turn the country station on anymore because it's some dude, talking about a dirt road and his truck and mason jar and
there's beer mentioned in every.
There's beers and
country
boats
song.
and girls with tan legs and butterfly tattoos. And literally, I have an idea for the CMA Awards. They should have a rule: if you are unable to name 3 Merle Haggard songs without using Google, you cannot win a country music award.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way people are going to pull that off. I got to be honest with you, Jeff. I thought when you were telling me the story earlier of all the hot chicks you'd see at the country shows, I was waiting for a Florida Georgia line reference there. I was waiting for the joke.
All right, I'm going to tell you this. I was not the first one to rip on Nickelback, okay? That was long ago on Twitter.
Yes.
I believe I started the Florida Georgia line hate on Twitter because I turned on them quickly. I liked their first song, and then I realized they were massive tools. And so I turned on them quickly, and they have since broken up. So, they had a lot of hits, but man, did they suck.
Put that on a T-shirt. They had a lot of hits, but man,
did they suck.
Kylan, if you go into our folder for today, I just put this in here. There's a clip called What Bro Country Sounds Like. If you could please bring that up for me, give me a thumbs up when you have it ready. I think Jeff would enjoy this. There's a great website called There I Ruined It, where they just mash up different things. This is what bro country sounds like to people who hate bro country.
Truck, jeans, beer, girl, creek, boots, truck, tan legs, train, dog, beer, Dixie cup. Got a beer in my beer and a Chevy in my truck. Got a dog at the wheel, cut off, jeans, truck. Dirt road, back road, beer, moonlight, red, white, and blue, girl, Friday night.
That's it. That's every bro country song.
And by the way, I don't mind the new country music. I like, if I'm not listening to this station, I'm listening to country music, but that encapsulates every kind. Got a beer in my beer and a Chevy in my truck.
Dog at the wheel, cut off, jeans, truck.
If it was a T-shirt, it would be an Affliction shirt, and the whole genre now smells like Axe body spray. It's terrible.
Bedazzled jeans, by the way, very tight jeans.
Nigel, who do you like today in country music?
I still like Kenny Chesney. I like,
but I consider
Zach
him like
Brown's
old school.
band. Man, don't make me name off Brady.
I could do a little Luke Combs. Like, I'm not really a big country Luke Combs.
Who's the guy that got in trouble for saying the thing on the Ring doorbell?
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. I like his stuff.
I don't hate Morgan Wallen, but I draw the line. I'm not into Jelly Roll because I just don't know if that's country music. And
I don't know either.
Yeah, so I just don't know who the new acts are. And so tomorrow night, it's just going to be an award show that really, I don't know who they're catering to.
Imagine somebody just wakes up from a coma, all right? They had a bad car accident a number of years ago. Through the power of God Almighty, they're waking up. You have to tell them that the Country Music Awards are going to be hosted by a guy that's twerking, and the biggest college football game this weekend features Indiana. Like, that's it. Oh, by the way, the Detroit Lions, maybe the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, we have a weekend coming up, but we'll talk about that later. Listen, prove me wrong. If somebody wants to tell me what's great about today's country music, if you say Chris Stapleton, I'll agree. He's incredible. But when you take...
Okay, that's one. Yeah, absolutely.
Chris Stapleton's wonderful. But my goodness, can you even name other than... who's the girl who's co-hosting? Lainey something.
Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But we had Faith Hill and Shania Twain. It's a different level right now.
By the way, I'm just seeing this. The NFL's Christmas Day game between the Ravens and the Texans. Beyonce is performing at halftime, but she's performing her country album.
Right, which leads me to ask, will George Strait be appearing on the BET Awards this year?
Now that's something I'd tune into. I went to that concert earlier this summer. Incredible.
George Strait?
Never been before.
Oh, I felt horrible about writing this on Letterman. It was top 10 things overheard at the Country Music Awards. And I didn't like country at the time, and I wrote George Strait, not what I heard. And I felt terrible about it. I love him now.
That dude could still clean up if he wants to.
He sure could.
Jeff Boggs with us. Real quick before we hit a break here, we were talking off the air a little bit. Are you concerned at all that the current administration, Grandpa Poopy Pants and the annoying nasal lady are going to do something really bad before Donald Trump gets the keys to the castle?
Yeah, let's reset where we're at. You have the President of the United States who was stopped from running again by his own party and recently found to be mentally unfit to stand trial for corruption, told Ukraine, go ahead and use our long-range missiles to bomb Russia, and then he wandered off into the Amazon rainforest. So, yes, I am concerned. I do see need, and you have to wonder, what else is he going to do before he leaves office? I mean,
well, they used the missiles. I mean, it was one thing to say it's okay to use them, but then Zelensky turned around and fired them off.
Yeah, it's getting to the national emergency level. So, yeah, I'm concerned, Hammer.
And the level of foreign policy discussion you get on your Twitter account is fantastic. Again, it's at Not Kenny Rogers. This was my favorite thing I saw this past week. It's where you're talking about the newly announced head of the HHS, RFK Jr., quote, I felt like RFK Jr. was judging me all 3 times I went to McDonald's this weekend.
All right. I have a real confession to make, and this is true, and I'm not making this up. What is it right now, 3:45? I've already been to McDonald's twice today.
Nice.
That's all?
Twice.
Just twice?
Yeah, I really have, so I'm sorry.
I mean, it is an incredible picture of Elon Musk and Donald Trump and RFK Jr. on the private plane on the way to the UFC championships, and RFK Jr. has a Big Mac or some McDonald's sandwich in his hand.
I saw somebody made a great joke about it's like making the kid in high school do drugs to prove he's not a narc.
Right. It's a gang initiation. That's what it was. 100%. Come back for one more segment?
Yes, sir.
Jeff Boggs with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, holiday shoppers, got a no-brainer gift idea for you. It always fits. It's super useful, and best of all, it's just $50, plus you get 2 for the price of 1. I'm talking about a classic membership with AAA Hoosier Motor Club. AAA has bailed me out so many times. I've been broken down on the side of the road. I've had my car battery die on me, flat tires. AAA is there getting me back on the road ASAP right now. You can get 2 memberships for the price of 1.
And that comes with roadside assistance, 24/7, 365. Get that peace of mind knowing your loved ones are safe out on the road. Plus, travel discounts, complimentary travel planning, and you can also get info on auto, home, life insurance. All you got to do is visit AAA.com/radio to get this deal. AAA.com/radio, or stop by a local AAA office. 2 memberships for just $50. Give that gift right now.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for Indianapolis, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
See Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of lab-grown diamonds, refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
B's offering our Black Friday sale, 52% off, plus 10% manufacturer rebates and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
What's up, Matt Baer?
Inbound 69, slow at 96. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian Bend. Eastbound 70 slows from Harding to the South Split. And Morgan County southbound 69, stop traffic after Waverly Road to Big Bend Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Don't miss the annual B Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products, plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates, and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. I'm Jason Hammer. Big Nige is here.
Hello.
Jeff Boggs, writer for some of your favorite television programs. Hoosier joining us in studio. Jeff, I'm going to play you a piece of audio, okay? This comes to us from at the very beginning of the college football season. And I believe this may go down as one of the great predictions in the history of sport.
This year, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it if I have a couple seconds left, I guarantee the Indiana Hoosiers finish the season undefeated and win the national championship.
Guaranteed. Wow. Guaranteed.
Hey.
Write it down. Take a picture.
They're on their way, aren't they?
I mean, guys,
Yeah.
this is historic. You talk about Babe Ruth. Game 3 of the World Series.
Called shot.
Calling a shot. You talk about Joe Namath, Super Bowl III, guaranteeing a victory.
Yes.
Do any of them even come close to what I did here 10 weeks ago?
No.
Okay? I mean, this
Not at
is
all.
This is historic. This is Indiana Football Week in America. That's what I'm dubbing it. You have all the networks are going to be there for the pregame shows. Everyone's talking about the SEC is crying about Indiana because they're starting to realize even if something were to go horribly wrong, like our whole team sprained their ankle and we lost, we're still going to make the playoffs because right now we're the 4th ranked team in the college football playoffs. So I think people are realizing Indiana's unstoppable. I know the line right now, and Jason, I know you're
number, right?
Yeah, you're Mr. Betting, 13.5.
Big number
for the Ohio State Buckeyes. That to me is total disrespect. Signetti has them ready. We're going in, and I'm going to go ahead and double down, guys. Don't worry about the spread. Money line, the Indiana Hoosiers beat Ohio State this weekend. Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go. We have the voice of the Hoosiers, Fish, coming on later in the week, Don Fisher.
Love
and we're
Fish.
going to tell him, hey, you can just take the day off because Boggs has already guaranteed it. It's signed, it's sealed, it's delivered. You can go screw off with the basketball team for a little while.
I remember when I was a senior at IU sports communication class, I forget which class it was, Don came in and was speaking to the class, and Sage Steele was sitting a couple rows over from me. And I was thinking it through in my head, going, I wonder which one of us has a better chance at making it in the sports communication television world. And I'm looking at Sage, and then I looked at myself in a reflection. I'm like, probably her. Probably her.
Another wise prediction from Nostradamus over here.
It is. So, guys, what are your honest thoughts going into this game? Obviously, I've already made the prediction. I've been right so far. What do you think happens?
I think Ohio State wins, but I think Indiana hangs around. If I'm not betting this game because I'm too emotionally vested in, I would take Indiana plus 13.5.
What's the schedule look like after Ohio State?
Just Purdue.
Just Purdue.
That's it? Oh.
Might as well be the
Boy.
JV team of Whiteland.
Yep.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. The old Oak and Bucket game?
Now, the one thing I
Wow.
will push back on, if Indiana gets their doors blown off, which could happen, I don't think they make that final college football playoff. I think an SEC squad gets in there instead of Indiana because of the strength of schedule.
Yeah, but
I hope I'm wrong.
I think strength of schedule has already been factored into Indiana's ranking. Otherwise, they'd be number 1. They're undefeated in the Big Ten. So I think there is some strength of schedule factored in with them at 5 or 8, depending on what poll you see.
Imagine if they upset Ohio State but get beat by Purdue somehow.
Why would you say that?
Sorry.
Why would you bring that up right now?
I just jinxed it. I'm famous for that.
Here's a question for you, though. So the teams that get the bye in the first round of the college football playoffs.
Yes.
Okay, you don't play at home.
Correct.
So your first game's on a neutral field.
Right.
So let's say something goes wrong again, and we come up just short against Ohio State. We're making the playoffs, but we still have a shot at hosting a first-round game, as opposed to getting a week off and having to go play Jerry's World or something. You know, it's there's a lot of possibilities. There's absolutely no way we get blown out in this game. I don't think Coach would let them do that, nor do I think Ohio State is the juggernaut that they have been in the past.
See, you get a little bit of a country music humor. You get an IU breakdown and some very unsavory George Strait takes when you talk to Jeff Boggs, writer extraordinaire. Jeff, my man, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's the Hammer and Nigel Show. We don't use anything other than American standard equipment when it comes to your HVAC. When it comes to your air conditioning, your furnace, there's a reason why I use American standard equipment, because they're the best in the business. And we love the local, independent American standard dealers right here in Central Indy.
Big Nige, how about Reinhardt Heating and Cooling in Danville? Danny Reinhardt started Reinhardt Heating and Cooling 38 years ago. They're one of the longest tenured American standard dealers in all of Central Indy. Danny's sons and daughter are among the well-trained experts that are also on staff at Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, hooking up Hendricks and the surrounding counties. Make sure that furnace is ready and good to go for when the cold weather moves in. Call Reinhardt in Danville, 317-745-4526. Reinhardt Heating and Cooling in Danville. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
In the fight against lung cancer, it's game on, game strong. Franciscan Health leads the way with robotic technology to find and treat cancer sooner. Our entire team of multidisciplinary experts let cancer know it's hard to play against us. Franciscan Health is changing the game for lung cancer patients. Schedule a consultation or second opinion today. Visit franciscanhealth.org/lung cancer care.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. And then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Don't wait until Gold Friday. Get your tickets today. Siaka hits the 3. Pacers have the lead. Pacers pre-Gold Friday deals have tipped off.
Out to Walker. He's hit a couple of threes.
Count it again.
Pre-Gold Friday deals presented by KeyBank are underway with tickets as low as $5 when the Pacers meet the Wizards on Sunday, the Pelicans on Monday, and Trailblazers on Wednesday. Get your tickets at Pacers.com/Gold Friday. That's Pacers.com/Gold Friday. Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today.
Today.
Your local news coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recyclers Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Russia's president makes a move. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He is lowering a threshold for using nuclear weapons as the conflict with Ukraine escalates.
There's no need to rethink the nuclear posture in the U.S., State Department spokesman Matthew Miller says.
But we will continue to call on Russia to stop bellicose and irresponsible rhetoric.
Russian President Vladimir Putin unveiled a new doctrine allowing a Russian nuclear response to conventional attacks supported by a nuclear power. It appears to be a response to President Biden authorizing Ukraine to use American-supplied long-range missiles for strikes inside Russian territory. President Biden's policy shift followed the deployment of North Korean troops in combat operations against Ukraine, viewed by Western allies as an escalation that demands a response.
Fox's Jared Halpern, a senior U.S. official, says Ukraine used long-range U.S. weapons in Russia for the first time overnight, targeting military sites north of Kursk. The director of the National Institutes of Health reacting to the possibility of mass layoffs of NIH employees under Health Secretary nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr., if he's confirmed.
That workforce itself is just priceless and an engine toward all of our progress and to our economic advantage. The other thing is their deep content knowledge of the entire field of medicine.
Director Monica Bertinoli at a House hearing also calling Kennedy's positions on vaccines disturbing. Kennedy says he would divert half the agency's budget to preventative and holistic health care. President-elect Trump just announcing he's nominating Doctor and former Senate hopeful Mehmet Oz to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, saying he'll work closely with Kennedy to, quote, take on the illness industrial complex. Another mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow down 120 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Gun violence in Indy, 67 degrees, a few clouds over downtown. Your radar is clear of any rain. Low tonight falls to about 42 degrees. I'm Harrison Silcox from Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 4:02. At least 5 people were shot in Indianapolis last night. Police say they could use your help. Ryan Hedrick reports.
People started firing their weapons right after 6 at a Phillips 66 gas station on the east side of Indianapolis and continued for hours at different locations. At each scene, detectives were asking people if they saw anything, but still no arrests have been made in these cases, says IMPD officer Tommy Thompson.
IMPD can't do it alone. We need you to step up, and we need you to say something if you see something and report to us and let us know if there's criminal activity.
Thompson says if you don't want to talk to the police face-to-face, you could call Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana anonymously. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Which one of you asked for snow this week? Forecaster Randy Bauer says you could get some Thursday.
Some areas of Central Indiana could pick up minor accumulations. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for travel. Since the ground's pretty warm, we would have to have some pretty heavy snow rates for it to accumulate on the roads, and we don't expect that. It should be light to moderate snow showers.
Before those snow chances come into play, temperatures are expected to go down from here on out, which is expected. Indiana's Governor-elect Mike Braun's inauguration ceremony will be Monday, January 13th.
It's scheduled for 11 a.m. that day at the Hilbert Circle Theater, which is on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Not only will Braun be inaugurated as governor that day, Micah Beckwith will also be inaugurated as lieutenant governor, and Todd Rokita will be inaugurated as Indiana's attorney general. There are smaller festivities in the days prior to that, leading up to it, including a reception, a mass, and a First Lady's breakfast. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A bill to establish a new deadline to have the FAFSA available to you was approved by the House. That bill was written by Indiana's Aaron Houchet, who says last year's delay of the FAFSA rollout was unacceptable.
Not only did the Biden-Harris Department of Education repeatedly fail to release FAFSA, when they finally released it,
It didn't work.
Her bill moves the rollout deadline from January 1st to October 1st to the previous year. Basically, that gives you more time to fill out a FAFSA form if you need it. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
It's starting to be fall in Indiana, the perfect time to tackle home projects you've been putting off before winter arrives. With Moss Roofing by your side, you don't have to do it alone. They're ready to assist with your roofing and siding needs, ensuring your home is safe and ready for the holidays. Let Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, give your home a serious glow-up with premium James Hardy siding, tough enough to face Indiana's wild weather and stylish enough to turn heads on your block. And the best part, their free inspections come with a 3D design preview so you could see your home's stunning makeover before the work begins. Contact Moss Roofing for a job done right every shingle time at Moss Roofing, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com, or call 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. That's 747-3665. Or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. And don't forget, tell them Tony Katz sent you.
With traffic on the 5s at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Good Lord, this is one of the worst car fires I've seen in a long time. It's northbound 465 near West 56th Street. The car is fully engulfed, and the left lane is currently blocked. We do have authorities out there, emergency cruising right now. They are keeping that left lane, left shoulder completely closed, and that is a good thing. We do have a slowdown going through the area. Northbound 465 slow after 46 to West 56th Street, and some rubbernecking going southbound 465 as well. Inbound 65 stop and go 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 slows from Harding to Meridian, Illinois. South side eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from 70 to the White River, and southbound 69 better but still a little bit slow after Waverly Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Don't miss the annual B Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies staying in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Here's the big question on everybody's mind. Are we headed for a Mike Braun versus Rod Bray showdown in the Indiana State House?
Not quite Patrick Mahomes against Josh Allen, is it?
We met, didn't we sit with Rod Bray at the...
We did.
At the
FOP...
Breakfast with a Cop, yeah.
Yeah, we sat at the FOP table.
He's a Senate Pro Tem Republican out of Martinsville, right?
So let's give you a little
give me this.
Tail of the tape here. This is what's happening.
Give me the goods.
So obviously, Mike Braun, governor-elect, he's going to be sworn in early January.
Du Bois County.
He and Mike Beckwith, they've made property tax reform like a very important part of what they want to get accomplished, right? They're hanging their hat on property tax reform, more money in our pockets, less money going to the state, which I think a lot of people are on board with, except for the super establishment-y school water-carrying folks in the State House. Because now you've got Rod Bray, the Senate Pro Tem, coming out saying, listen, this isn't going to be a complete overhaul. We might just tweak a few things this year, but it's not going to be a complete overhaul.
Okay.
So now you got a line drawn in the sand. You got the incoming governor, Mike Braun, who has been working in the swamp in D.C., decides he wants to come back here because he feels like he can make a difference here. The swamp is too far gone. And you've got all the folks that have been here the whole time, like Rod Bray and all the folks at the State House saying, yeah, it's cute you want to do this property tax thing, but I don't think you've got a good plan. And quite frankly, I think if you lower property taxes, where's the money going to go to the state? And what about these schools and referendums? Because they're going to need to do all this and that. So there's a good old-fashioned fight getting ready to brew, and we haven't even got to January yet, Nige.
Well, at least he said he doesn't see, quote-unquote, big changes happening. Is it going to be an overnight fix? That's what I'm wondering. Is it going to be a thing where all of a sudden you snap your fingers and boom, property tax solved? I don't think so.
It's just
it's
odd,
more complicated
though.
than that.
I'm looking at the timing of this statement from Rod Bray. Today's move-in day, right? Where everybody that's new, that goes to the state house, they find out where the bathroom is, they find out where their office is, all that kind of stuff. It's like the move-in day. And already we're getting, yeah, you're not going to see a big change this year. Well, I think a lot of people voted for Mike Braun and Micah Beckwith because they wanted to see a big change.
That'd be nice.
Now, we'll see what happens. Like, this is going to be some fascinating infighting here. The incoming governor, who might be a bit of an outsider against all the folks that have been here the whole time. Listen, Indiana gets the bejesus taxed out of us. I don't want to hear any more about the surplus. Well, look at the surplus we have. Oh, that's great. That's fancy talk for you're taxing us too much. It's okay to have a surplus, but when you're bragging about how much you have, you're overtaxing the people. And that's what Mike Braun is going to have to make crystal clear to a lot of these folks at the State House.
Is that the direct quote from Bray right here?
Yes.
Quote, I don't know that you'll see really big changes happen this year. Maybe some tweaks to kind of help people feel a little less of a pinch. That comment, when reading it off this rundown sheet here, reading it out loud doesn't resonate with me. Hey, look, we're gonna throw you a little. We may tweak it, throw you a couple crumbs,
right,
to help you, lessen the pinch. How about you loosen the pinch? How about you relieve the pinch? How about no pinch?
How about you work together and figure something out? And don't give me this crap of, well, we've been looking at the numbers. We may need another 2 to 3 years. No, you don't. Knock it off.
Will kind of help people feel a little less of a pinch. I don't like that.
Now, to be fair, I reached out to the office of Rod Bray today, and it is like move-in day over there, so they told me he was unavailable. So then I shot back. When is he available the rest of this week? We'd love to have him on to speak about this, and maybe we're taking these words out of context. And they said, well, I can't answer that today. I'll try to get back with you tomorrow. So I'm kind of get the feeling I'm getting blown off already. And if that's the case, your boy here is going to bring the Beech Grove out because you don't want me to go full Beech Grove. Don't blow me off because, as Tom Homan once said, you work for me. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me. You may have heard in the news earlier, speaking of Mike Braun, the inauguration getting ready to happen downtown. His transition team rolled out the timeline, and 11 a.m., January 13th, right over here at the Hilbert Circle Theater on Monument Circle, that's going to be the big inauguration event. It's going to be Braun, Micah Beckwith, Funky Todd Rokita. They're going to have a big party, and that's going down on January 13th.
You going?
No. No.
We're going to be working, right?
That's true, and I was talking to Rob and Casey about this earlier today. I like some of those people. Like, I like Mike Braun. I like Micah Beckwith. Yeah. I've got a good relationship with Todd Rokita, I think. Now, we've given each one of those guys crap, I think, before.
Rod Bray seemed nice at our table.
Seemed nice, right.
A couple of weeks ago at the charity thing.
I'm a pretty easy dude to get along with.
Sure.
But I don't want to hang out with those people.
Yeah.
Let's make that perfectly clear. If given the opportunity to go to some fancy schmancy black tie inauguration ball or stay home and gamble on a MAC football game on a Wednesday night, sign me up for Eastern Michigan against Buffalo. And that may or may not be this week's Degenerate special on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Where can we find the podcast? Go ahead.
Oh, anywhere you can get your podcasts. Apple Store, wherever. You can also go to WIBC.com.
What's it called?
The Degenerates Next Door.
Love it.
Rob's got an IU pick, and I've got the Degenerate special that we talked about.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to go to one of these things, knock yourself out. You got to get a ticket to it, but I believe it's free, but they're limited. And a lot of these black tie events, they bring you in there, but a donation is expected. No, I'm good. Like, I've gone to a couple of these types of events because my son is interested in this kind of stuff. And
yeah.
I'm kind of his wingman. But if you just want me to show up and me and Chris, no, we're good. We're going to sit at home and binge watch Cobra Kai or gamble.
Good idea.
I'm all right. But if you're wondering what this party's going to be like, joining us now on the hotline to explain what we could expect at the big inauguration party is AI Mike Braun.
Oh.
Are you ready to party? Are you ready to get loose? Daddy has an inauguration coming up. That's right. So I beat the late-term abortion-loving lady, and now we drink so damn much that Micah Beckwith starts telling everyone what he really thinks of that little Rob Kendall. Also, we're hoping to have a Henry Lee Summer cover band perform.
Nice.
Henry Lee Winter is going to rock that ass. So get the beer on ice and let's get lit. I'm going to bring a little Du Bois County to this.
Yeah.
Do a few shots and rip off my shirt, just like Hulk Hogan. Braun and Mania will be running wild, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go take a big Jennifer McCormick. I'll see you at the inauguration party. Make sure y'all bring some fireworks and tell your ladies to not wear undies. Later, dudes. AI Braun out.
That's AI Mike Braun. That party sounds amazing. I may have to do a 180 on my stance of...
Yeah, that sounded off the hook, as they say.
Bring your fireworks. Don't wear undies. Let's go. And I'm pretty sure he said he had to go take a big Jennifer McCormick.
I love, by the way, how Jennifer McCormick, who was the Democrat running for governor, announced that she was leaving X and going to this other liberal social media platform, but she's still posting.
Right. Don Lemon did the same thing.
So popping up on my feed, I don't even think I follow her. Why are you here? Nobody cares what you have to say. It keeps popping up on my feed. I'm not even following her. I don't know who. Like, just go. Just leave.
Right. You don't need to have a press conference to say you're leaving. Matt Bear.
All right, car fire on northbound 465 west side near West 56th Street. Two left lanes are closed. The fire was out and this car was fully engulfed. Traffic is slow. Back to west of 46th Street and almost to west of 38th Street. Southbound 465 is stop and go right now from I-65 past Kessler Boulevard. This would be West 56th Street. So again, northbound 465 at West 56 is where the car fire is. Left two lanes blocked, creating that delay. Inbound 65 stop and go MLK to Meridian Penn, 9-minute delay. And eastbound 70 slows before Belmont to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop Grand Appliance for Black Friday pricing all month long, plus thousands in rebate savings on top brands. Learn more at grandappliance.com or your local Grand Showroom. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Quote, Henry Lee Winter is going to rock that ass. AI Mike Braun. Based on the comments in the YouTube chat, it looks like they want to go. It looks like they're ready to go to that.
After that phone call, yeah.
that party. Right now, man, it's beautiful outside. 68 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We need about, we're way off pace today. About 62 people to hit like on the YouTube stream. Help a couple brothers out here. Go to the WIBC YouTube. You can see how sexy Nigel and I look with the in-studio cameras, or the opposite, and you can make fun of us. Jump in the chat, do all the stuff, but at least give us a thumbs up. We got to get to 100, so help us out. All right. Is This Anything? Coming up next.
This Christmas, as you're picking out gifts for loved ones, take a moment to think about the future gift you can give yourself. The gift of a secure retirement. Howard Bailey Financial is here to help you unwrap the possibilities of peace and confidence. With our free retirement toolkit, you'll get practical steps and insights to plan for the years ahead. From saving strategies to planning tips, this toolkit is like a financial compass for your future. And best of all, it's completely free to download. Don't wait until next year to start planning. Text GIFT to 888-262-1104. Download your free retirement toolkit and give yourself the gift of financial confidence this holiday season. That's GIFT to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Howard Bailey Security, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Still plenty of time to get a new coating in your garage floor for the cold weather season. If your garage floor is cracked and dirty and dusty and uneven and has not been maintained and was over 40 years old like mine, wouldn't it be nice to have a brand new coating, smooths everything out? It's not slippery. It's 4 times as strong. That's what Galaxy Concrete Coatings did for my garage. My new Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. They did such an awesome job. I want to have them back into my basement to take a look at the concrete in my furnace room. Galaxy Concrete Coatings can do your garage, basement, pool deck, any indoor, outdoor area. Concrete, lifetime warranty, not that you'll need it. Check out the website and see pictures. Get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation, talking with Richard Michaelis about basements and foundations. Richard, what are some of the signs that a homeowner should watch out for to spot potential foundation or basement problems?
If you see cracks or bowing in your basement walls, uneven floors, or cracked bricks, these could indicate foundation issues. And keep in mind, if it's a significant foundation problem, it will only worsen over time. If you notice water in your basement, visible mold, damp walls, or musty odors, it could be a sign of a foundation issue or a waterproofing problem.
How can homeowners know for sure if there's a real problem?
By calling Michaelis for a free inspection. We're a local family-owned and operated company with 39-plus years of experience. If repairs are needed, we offer a lifetime warranty and 0% down on foundation and basement repairs. You see our work before we see your money.
Foundations, basements, and crawl spaces. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call or text 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Building a home can be fun with Joyner Homes because they handle everything. Permits, schedules, their in-house architectural team and design studio where you choose everything is in one spot. So you're going to be able to focus on the fun stuff and not sweat the heavy stuff. Joyner Homes builds beautiful, unique homes that are character-rich, smart design homes that are affordable. Visit JoynerHomes.com and be sure to check out their 5-star Google reviews. That's JoynerHomes.com.
Hey, don't take your eyes off the road. Just listen. What you hear right now, your customers hear it too. Get your message heard. Text BUSINESS to 71007 now. Get results with Radio 1.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's full-service jewelry store.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
You're laughing at it.
So, earlier we were talking about Milli Vanilli, right? Earlier in the show.
Oh, this is a historic date.
It was on this date years ago. They were stripped of their Grammy Award. And I asked you, post that photo you have with one of the guys. And I figured you knew which one you got a picture with, whether it was Millie or Vanilli, Rob or Fab. But if you go to our, I love this. If you go to our Twitter, at Hammer and Nigel, there's the tweet, and it says, historic date. On this date, 1990, Milli Vanilli were stripped of their Grammys. Here's Nigel now with one of them. Which tells me you have no idea which one that is.
And honestly, I don't quite remember this picture. It was either taken in Vegas or Los Angeles. I mean, at least in the early 2000s. And I don't know, like, when one of them passed away.
Right.
So I didn't want to, mislabel. I didn't want to get it wrong, in other words. So
here's Nigel with one of them.
See, they did have some hits. Boggs was right.
Right.
Our guest earlier, Jeff Boggs. I mean, that's another incredible hit from Milli Vanilli.
Like, anytime there's rain, there's always somebody that's going to say, blame it on the rain, right? They were a hit factory, and you got your picture with
one of them.
One of them. There it is.
With one of them.
All right. Is this anything? A woman videotaped a very strange interaction with a McDonald's employee at the drive-thru.
Okay.
All this lady wants is a small fry. But the employee says he can't take her order right now because even though he's wearing his headset, he's in the bathroom.
You're admitting to a customer. You're in the bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom.
So I can't order a small fry?
You had to wait 10 minutes. I have to pee.
So can I just wait for you to
Miss.
No, you're telling a customer through the headphone set that you're in the toilet.
Okay, we're not taking orders at the moment, ma'am.
Because you're on the toilet?
I have to pee. How can I take an order if I'm in the bathroom?
This is a bit much for me.
I'm not entitled to go to the bathroom because you want a small fry?
Boy, he flipped that around, didn't he?
He sure did. Yeah, that's something. And I don't believe he was just going number one. I mean,
No.
you just tell him to wait 30 seconds and I'll be right there.
10 minutes?
You're sitting there.
You better go check your prostate while you're back there, too. If it's taking you 10 minutes to go take a leak, kid.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's something for sure. And at least he was being honest. Look, I'm taking a leak. You have to wait on your small fry, lady.
He should have kept the headset on while the leak was in process, like Frank Drebin did.
Hey, look, she didn't believe him. Here, listen. Yeah, like Frank Drebin. Exactly.
Is this anything? A loose pig was running rampant through Tacoma, Washington.
I didn't know that's where Joy Behar lives.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Sorry.
That's hilarious. A loose pig was running rampant through Tacoma, Washington, and had to be chased down and captured by the local police. Here are the officers trying to capture Joy Behar.
The pig is being non-compliant.
No, come here. No.
Oh.
Can you try to pick him up and just kind of so he's not fighting loose the whole time? Yeah.
Good Lord.
Is there anything like at the academy, like before you become an official police officer, you get training? Is there any training for that kind of thing? On the job training, I'm assuming, is the only way that. Like, how do you, if you're a policeman, how do you prepare? Can you replay that again, Kylan? Just the beginning where I love how he says this pig is being non-compliant. Like
the pig is being non-compliant.
like it's some drug addict that won't get out of his car.
It's resisting arrest. Well, yeah, it's a pig.
Poor pig just screaming. I feel sorry for the pig. I do feel sorry for the police officers, though. They don't get paid. Is this what they're getting paid for, really? To have to chase a loose, non-compliant pig?
And those are the worst pigs, the non-compliant ones. And every time I hear somebody, chase a pig or you hear that pig make that squealing noise, I just think of Deliverance.
Yep, Ned
I can't
Beatty.
be the only one that's thinking about Ned Beatty right there
awful.
when I hear the non-compliant pig making that noise. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And we're headed into winter and you don't want to be stuck with old, drafty windows making your heating system work overtime. Universal Windows Direct is here to keep you warm and save you money on those energy bills. And right now, what a great deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Oh, and on top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years, interest-free, Now, some restrictions do apply, so to get all the information, call today at 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Oh, yeah, and Universal Windows Direct backs their windows with a true lifetime warranty. That means your windows are covered for as long as you own your home. And if you ever decide to sell, the warranty transfers to the next homeowner for 20 years. Universal Windows Direct, 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
My man Mark Dietel and his team, the only real estate experts I'd trust to sell my home and find me a new one. How about Ray in Indy? Needed to move in a hurry. He was out the door into a new house, but left with the problem of selling the old house, and then you got the 2 mortgage payments. Heard about Mark Dietel on our show, and he was ecstatic when Mark sold the house for the price he needed in 2 days on the market.
Mark Dietel is the only real estate agent that we trust and recommend here on the Hammer and Nigel show. And it's because of the guarantee. The guarantee is a game changer. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick your move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232 or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Get ready for the cold. 67 degrees, mostly sunny downtown. No rain at your radar. Temps going to drop a good bit tonight, low of 42. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 431. Don't be surprised if you see some snow Thursday.
Some areas of central Indiana could pick up minor accumulations. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for travel. Since the ground's pretty warm, we would have to have some pretty heavy snow rates for it to accumulate on the roads, and we don't expect that. It should be light to moderate snow showers.
Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service. Temperatures are only supposed to drop the next few days, hence those chances for snow. Theft, racketeering, and tax evasion are the charges filed against a husband and wife in Clark County. Here's John Herrick.
Investigators say over the course of roughly 2 years, they discovered that both Joni Savala and his wife Maria Bonilla created LLCs in order for people not legally allowed to register their vehicles to buy and register their vehicles through the state of Indiana. Then they argued that both of them didn't pay taxes on all of their LLCs, and both Savala and Bonilla were arrested on Monday. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Biden administration is letting Ukraine use missiles provided by the U.S. against Russia. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell believes Ukraine should have been granted this permission a while ago.
This is a repeat of the effort to instruct the Israelis how to conduct their war.
McConnell claims that this has sent the wrong message to allies by waiting so long to give Ukraine permission to use these United States missiles. And a Democrat state senator who's facing accusations of sexual harassment was reelected as a Democratic leader in the State House. Kurt Darling reports.
State Senator Greg Taylor is said to have had sexually harassed 3 women who work at the State House recently. Taylor has apologized since the accusations first came to light in an Indy Star report this week, but not long after the report came out, Taylor was reelected as the Democrat caucus chair in the State House and will also serve again as the Senate Minority Leader. The caucus said in a statement Monday that it's unacceptable for anyone to experience harassment. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And at the closing bell today, the Dow was down 120 points to 43,268. Good news from here on out that the NASDAQ up by 195 to 18,987. The S&P 500 also up by 23, closing the day at 5,916. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:33.
Here is Jiffy Lube of Indiana's COO, Lonnie Hinkle.
Lots of Hoosiers belong to unlimited car wash programs because they want their car to look great. At Jiffy Lube, we're here to help you make sure your car runs great. So to help take care of your car inside and out, Jiffy Lube is offering everyone who belongs to a monthly car wash program a $20 discount and a free tire rotation from now through the end of the year. Just point out your car wash sticker and we'll do the rest. My Jiffy Lube teams are maintenance experts. Our computer system provides all of the manufacturer's maintenance recommendations for every make and model of vehicle, so we know exactly what every car needs to operate at its best. Jiffy Lube is your trusted one-stop shop for all that your car needs to run well for many years. You never need an appointment, and we now offer brakes, tires, tune-ups, and minor repairs at most stores. So stop in on your way to the car wash, save $20, plus get a free tire rotation just for belonging to a monthly car wash program.
Jiffy Lube. Nobody does it better.
With traffic at 434, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison Southside crash, eastbound 465 before I-69. It's closed the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Now going westbound 465 near I-69. This is a medical emergency, slowing us down just a little bit for about a mile. Now on the northwest side, northbound 465 at West 56th Street, vehicle fire. The fire is out, and right now the left lane is blocked with stop-and-go traffic past 38th Street. Eastbound 70 stop-and-go Tibbs into the south split for 14-minute delay. Inbound 65 slows from White River Bridge to the north split. That is a 10-minute delay. And on the east side, southbound 465 is loaded up before 70 down to Washington. A little bit slow after that. Traffic sponsored by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. Train Heating and Cooling Systems are engineered to keep up with you. They run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies staying in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency. I think it was Carter or Reagan. I think it was Carter that implemented FEMA, like in the late 70s. They respond to disasters. The government's response to various disasters, natural and other disasters that would happen in the United States. So here's their boss. She's getting grilled. Hammer, this isn't the lady that got fired, is it?
No.
For telling subordinates to skip hurricane homes with Trump signs?
This is one of the folks high up in the food chain. And Deanne Criswell, she is acting like she didn't know that was going on, and she fired the girl that said, yeah, we were skipping Trump houses. So this was the Oversight Committee hearing in Washington today. Now, this was a group of folks that you don't normally see. These weren't the traditional flamethrowers this morning, but man, Criswell took some shots. So we'll start by hearing her. This is her addressing those reports that during the hurricane recovery efforts in parts of North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, they were skipping houses that had Trump signs on them. Here she is addressing that.
So I was very concerned when I learned that a FEMA employee had given direction to her disaster survivor assistance team that were completely at odds with FEMA's mission. A critical function of these teams is to go door to door, meet with survivors, meet them where they are, make them aware of available FEMA resources, and help them register for assistance. This employee wrote to about 11 staffers under her supervision that they should, quote, avoid homes advertising Trump, end quote. My senior leadership team provided me with this visual evidence that the employee had in fact issued this statement, these instructions, and they recommended that this employee be terminated. I concurred and directed the termination, and the employee was fired.
So that's a little CYA right there from Criswell. She's going to act like, hey, we didn't know any of this stuff was happening. I had no idea. When we found out, we fired her. You buy it.
I think I probably buy that because I saw the fired FEMA supervisor on Fox News a few days ago. The chick that got fired, the lady that said, "Hey, you don't have to go to hurricane-ravaged homes with Trump signs." She basically said that her staff had the right not to go to homes with Trump signs if they were uncomfortable, similar to them avoiding homes with aggressive dogs on the property.
Unbelievable.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. She says this was FEMA policy and it applied to other states beyond Florida. This was the one that happened in Florida, and she says she's the scapegoat here.
Right. That's the thing that I have a hard time with. So that woman says that this was happening in other states, but Criswell's up there. We had no idea. We had no idea that gambling was happening in here. Okay, fine. The other area you could grill FEMA for is the piss poor response financially to these people who lost everything.
Oh, yeah, like in North Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we had Rick Snyder, the FOP president, in here, he went to North Carolina to act as like the chaplain and help out with some stuff. Those stories of what he was telling me, people lost everything from loved ones to materials, and all they got was a way late $750 payment that was a pain in the ass to get to. So listen to this. This is Representative Marcus Molinaro. He's a Republican from New York. He's like, why is it easier for these illegals that are crossing the border to get set up with apartments and gift cards and all this kind of stuff, but American citizens who are in a chaotic situation, this was incredibly difficult.
Do you see the absurdity that American citizens are getting their $750 and then, yes, struggling through a very complicated process to meet the thresholds necessary to get the aid they need to have housing, food, and shelter, while your agency is contracting with not-for-profits to easily hand out access to those who are here placed here illegally? Do you see the absurdity?
Congressman, our mission is to support people, help people before, during, and after disasters. And
ma'am, do you think in responding to an emergency, the priority of government ought to be to ensure that American citizens are triaged and that the services of FEMA are focused on responding to them and their service programs first?
I absolutely believe that the services that FEMA provides should be supporting the people that have been impacted by disasters.
Do you not see the inequity in those placed here illegally, having taxpayers support a plane ticket, a house, a hotel, food, cell phones, access to health care? Do you not see the inequity that they have access immediately?
And this hearing was going on by the time we started the show, Nige. I also wonder if they brought up what happened in Hawaii. Remember when Tony Kennett went over there and reported that the FEMA workers were staying in the really nice hotels and they were kicking victims out? Like, that's unbelievable, but I believe every bit of it. So, yeah, that was a big hearing in Washington today, and we'll try to find some more highlights.
Criswell, the leader of FEMA, the administrator for FEMA, kept on, well, FEMA helps people. We're here to help people. It reminded me of George Costanza and the Human Fund.
A donation has been made in your honor to the Human Fund.
The Human Fund, money for people. Help people.
So, while FEMA was taking some shrapnel today, the new border czar, Tom Homan. Again, this is my favorite pick of all Trump's cabinet people. Like, I love, some of the picks. I love Tulsi Gabbard. I love, Pete Hegseth. I think he's going to do a great job with the Department of Defense. But Tom Homan, this dude, he seems like that mean dad you see in TV shows from the 50s that's already got his belt off, just waiting for somebody to get squirrely.
He used to run ice. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very low tolerance for bull crap.
Yes.
He jumped on Fox today.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance for crap. Jumped on Fox and talked about the three big priorities of when he officially takes office.
Well, look, I think the president's been clear on the stage. As far as the deportation operation, we will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats because they pose the biggest danger to the United States. He's got three rails. So we'll do the deportation operation with the priorities I just talked to you out of the gate. That'd be the priorities. Second thing is secure that border. Lock that border down and catch release and secure the border. The third rail is we got over 300,000 missing children. That over 500,000 children have been trafficked into the United States. This administration released them to unvetted sponsors, and they can't find 300,000 of them. Oh. And based on my 3.5 decades, some of these children are in forced labor. We already found some in forced labor. Some are in forced sex trafficking. Some are living with pedophiles. We need to save these children. So that's going to be the third rail.
That's the part that doesn't get talked about enough, I feel like. The missing children. We talk about the wide open border. We talk about the deportations and all that kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, hundreds of thousands of missing children that nobody knows where they're at.
We don't talk about it. I can barely think about it because it's very depressing, and it's horrific to think that it's all as a result of the current president of the United States, Joe Biden, and the executive orders he signed the moment he took office.
And you've got a lot of these Democrats lining up to say, we're going to do everything in our power to fight against what Tom Homan wants to do. Like Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, that fat pig, he says that he doesn't want Donald Trump to declare this to be some sort of national emergency and use the military. Because for some of these states that are super blue, super liberal, that don't want to comply with what Donald Trump wants to do in terms of deportations, Trump's going to make this a national emergency, and then he can use the military. Let's hear from the fat pig.
We, of course, are deeply concerned about, the president of the United States calling out military inside the United States, where people are peaceful, even if there may be people who are undocumented. But the idea of calling out, the Army into the domestic confines of the United States seems uncalled for and may, in fact, be unconstitutional and illegal.
So for those of you scoring at home, maybe you've got your scorecard out. J.B. Pritzker is deeply concerned that the president's plan to deport illegals may be illegal.
Wow, the irony.
You can't make this stuff up.
Did he not see what was happening in Chicago in his own city with these imports of illegals? They were taking over it was out of control, right? Taking over shelters, schools, and the people that needed help, American citizens, were not getting it because of the importation of these illegal immigrants, these domestic flights in and out of various countries in the South. It's been documented. It's been proven that those flights were happening.
So if you're Donald Trump and you've got somebody like Pritzker or somebody like Arizona's governor or Gavin Newsom and they don't want to cooperate with the deportation process, you've got options. You declare this a national emergency and you use the military. That's the workaround. Or, and maybe this is or, you start cutting off all the financial funding and aid to those states. If you want to be insubordinate to what we're doing here, then you're not going to get any sort of financial aid or relief that comes from the federal government. Have it your way. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The holidays are a magical time to get engaged. At Shane Company, we're here to help you create your dream engagement ring in just 3 easy steps. Choose a setting that speaks to your style. Compare diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. Then personalize it with a decorative crown and special engraving. Or choose a perfectly preset ring that's ready to go. At Shane Company, you'll find everyday competitive prices, a no-pressure environment, and an unmatched free lifetime warranty. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Don't miss out on the biggest window savings event of the year right now with Window Nation. 50% off all window styles, from double hungs and sliders to bays and bows. Plus, enjoy even more savings with 0% interest for 60 months. And this week only, listeners will get an extra 10% off as part of Window Nation's special Black Friday offer. This ends December 1st. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION.
The average installer has over 16 years experience when they come to your house. Window Nation only hires the best, and that installer measures multiple times. They get it right the first time, they do the work, and they get out. It's quick, It's amazing, and I've seen it firsthand because I'm a customer. And now you can be a customer with this deal. 50% off all style of windows, plus 0% interest for 60 months. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with my friend Jack Hope, owner of Hope Plumbing. Jack, at the Sullivan House, we can't deal with any last-minute plumbing emergencies around the holidays. What do you suggest to get ready?
It's important to get your branch lines cleared because it could prevent a major disaster at some point over the holidays. And for the month of November, we have a $99 branch line clearing special for all your faithful listeners.
You heard them. Call Hope Plumbing for a $99 branch line clearing and get your home prepped for all the holiday fun.
Got a very cool men's health event going on. It's basically like a one-stop shop for all things men's health. They were teaming up with Franciscan Health at the Googman House Brewing Company this Saturday. We'll have the games on TV, plenty to eat and drink, plus free health screenings from Franciscan Health that could make all the difference.
Check out some of the things that you can have for free this weekend when you join Nigel and I at the Googman House Brewing Company for our Movember party. You can get your blood pressure screened, cholesterol screening, skin cancer, oral cancer screening, prostate cancer risk assessment. You can ask a nurse. You can ask a doctor, ask an expert. All of this is free. All you got to do is show up, watch some college football, drink some beers, win some prizes, and hang out with us. This Saturday, Googman House Brewing Company. Nigel and I are going to be there at noon. It's Movember with Franciscan Health.
You need better water, really. Why don't you call C&J Water today for a free water analysis and see why you need better water? When you do, you'll get a 10% discount on all C&J Water products to improve your water quality today. For better skin and hair, you don't need a different shampoo, detergent, or lotion. You need better water. Now's a great time to upgrade. Call C&J Water for great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT. That's 317-733-SOFT.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of. And you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Ooh, we got a question. Brian W. asks, it's the holiday season and I'm looking for deals. Is Xfinity having a Black Friday sale?
Well, Brian, our best deals of the year are here. Get iPhone 16 Pro on us. Just ask us how. Plus, you can also get fast, reliable Xfinity internet with a line of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited for a great low price.
So don't wait. Bring home a new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence.
And connect to reliable 5G and Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig on Xfinity Mobile.
That's a big deal.
More like a gig deal.
Now through December 3rd, ask how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us with an unlimited Plus line. Plus, get 300 megabit Xfinity internet and an unlimited mobile line together for only $35 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sale to learn more. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pays to your bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity internet. Gig speeds available via hotspots to Xfinity Mobile customers only. Reduced speeds after use and monthly data included with your data option. Actual internet speeds and data thresholds may vary. Looking for the hottest trends in jewelry this year? Come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
B's offering our Black Friday sale, 52% off, plus 10% manufacturer rebates and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Exercise Inc. It's a once-a-week strength training program that lasts for only 20 minutes, but it's a tough 20 minutes. Had a session this morning with Jesse up in Zionsville. Sid is my usual trainer, and this is how you know Exercise Inc. is a great place to go get 20 minutes worth of exercise that your body needs and craves every week. But it's also a great place for their employees because Sid and some of those other guys, Kyle, have been around for almost a couple of decades now. Not a lot of turnover with your trainers at Exercise Inc. That says something. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to work out. Private studios, no mirrors, no music. It's not like your big box gyms. It's something different, totally different. You should give it a try. If the other stuff hasn't worked out for you, Exercise Inc., a private 20-minute workout once a week. I've built muscle. I've lost weight. My clothes fit different. There's 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, now brand new one in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com. Set up a free consultation. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Join us on Monument Circle for Downtown Indy Inc.'s annual Circle of Lights, presented by IBEW 481 on November 29th. Go to downtownindy.org/holidays to learn more.
All right, Matt Fair, what are we looking at?
All right, we are miserable on the south side here. It's eastbound 465. That's jammed from Sam Jones Expressway to I-69 for a delayed time. I mean, I'm showing 95 minutes just over an hour and a half right now. Okay, it's because of 2 crashes on the south side, eastbound 465. The first one you will find at Kentucky Avenue. The second one at the White River. That's where the delay starts. It's blocking 2 right lanes. Again, we are stopped from the White River past I-70 for that awful delay of an hour and a half. Looking at the northwest side, northbound 465 at West 56th Street. That is a vehicle fire on the left shoulder. A little bit of a slowdown to 38th. And then inbound 65 stop and go MLK to the north split, 14-minute delay. Eastbound 70 loaded from Tibbs to the south split, 14-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Don't miss the annual B Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products, plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
67 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Nige, 20 years ago tonight, where were you when this happened?
Ron lays back down on the scorer's table. Well, we'll see how they hand out the justice here. The officials are Ron Gerritsen, Tim Donahue, and Tommy Nunez Jr.
In our Indianapolis studios, I'm Kevin Lee. Technical difficulties in Detroit. We'll get back to Market Slick.
All right, are we back? All right. And it was starting to calm down, and then somebody from the stands threw some beer on Ron Artest, and he tried to go up into the stands. And I believe he made it. I tried to tackle him, Kevin, and that was not the brightest move I've ever made.
Wow.
And ouch.
20 years ago, Malice in the Palace.
That's right.
Yeah, I was just sitting on the couch by myself watching a game. Couldn't believe it.
And the Pacers were the best team in the league that year. They were going to win the championship, and then that happened, man. Can't believe it's been 20 years. Top stories coming up next.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-305-8096. 800-305-8096. 800-305-8096.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendrix.org/ortho.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Classes available online or in person. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted.
Coming up in 2 minutes, IMPD officers responded to 5 different shootings yesterday. Indiana Governor Mike Braun is announcing his inauguration plans now that he's been elected your next governor. And plenty of changes are coming to your forecast in just a couple of days. Those stories and more all coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A familiar name becomes a Trump nominee. Lisa Brady, Fox News. He wants Dr. Mehmet Oz to be administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
He is saying in a statement, the president-elect, that Dr. Oz will work closely with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to take on the illness industrial complex and all of the horrible chronic diseases left in its wake.
Fox's Peter Ducey in West Palm Beach. Oz hosted a long-running TV talk show and ran unsuccessfully for a Pennsylvania Senate seat 2 years ago. Earlier today, the president-elect picking Cantor Fitzgerald CEO Howard Lutnick to be Commerce Secretary. Lutnick, a co-chair of the Trump transition team, has supported the call for more aggressive use of tariffs. A New York judge still deciding whether to postpone a Trump sentencing or toss out his convictions in a hush money-related case. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg now says he will oppose a dismissal and that the judge should consider pausing the case until after the second Trump term is over.
Bragg says being president is not grounds to drop the case, but he says the weight of the office should be considered, saying, quote, no current law establishes that a president's temporary immunity from prosecution requires dismissal of a post-trial criminal proceeding.
Fox's Eric Shawn, the president-elect, was convicted of falsifying business records while president to hide payments made to Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. The defense says a Supreme Court ruling on immunity and the election victory mean the case should be tossed out. Prosecutors say the actions were private, not part of official acts covered by immunity. Right now, the president-elect is in Texas for a SpaceX launch, the 6th test of its Starship mega rocket. He's already made SpaceX founder Elon Musk part of his incoming administration as co-leader of a Department of Government Efficiency. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why IMPD's asking for some help. 67 degrees, mostly clear skies downtown. Your radar clear too. Tonight's lower temperatures down to the lower 40s. I'm Harrison Silcox for the Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. IMPD officers responded to 5 different shootings last night. Officer Tommy Thompson says people need to give them a call when they see something suspicious.
IMPD can't do it alone. It takes this entire community, and we continue to repeat that. The community, we need you to step up, and we need you to say something if you see something and report to us and let us know if there's criminal activity.
The first of those 5 shootings happened around 6 yesterday when one person was killed at a gas station on the east side. Thompson says anyone with info should give Crime Stoppers a call or just go straight to the department. A husband and wife were arrested in Clark County Monday all the way down in southern Indiana. State Police Master Trooper Philip Hensley says that Johnny Zavala and Maria Benilla created LLCs to produce vehicle titles for people who weren't allowed to drive in the United States.
Basically defrauding the state by
circumventing the process of how we would normally go about getting vehicle registrations and properly titling your car.
Zavala and Bonilla have both been charged with theft, tax evasion, and racketeering. Indiana's Governor-elect Mike Braun's inauguration ceremony is going to be January 13th.
It's scheduled for 11 a.m. that day at the Hilbert Circle Theater, which is on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Not only will Braun be inaugurated as governor that day, Micah Beckwith will also be inaugurated as lieutenant governor, and Todd Rokita will be inaugurated as Indiana's attorney general. There are smaller festivities in the days prior to that, leading up to it, including a reception, a mass, and a First Lady's breakfast. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A change is coming to your forecast Wednesday, says Randy Bowers with the National Weather Service.
Much colder temperatures on the way. By the time we get to Wednesday, temperatures will be in the 40s for highs, and that's going to stick around. We may even be in the upper 30s by Thursday.
And Bowers says that could wind up bringing some snow Thursday. It all just depends on how cold it gets and if we get any precipitation. Shouldn't be enough to impact your travel, though. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know. I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire?
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance, too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
The traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Baer.
Southwest side on eastbound 465, we are done. Eastbound 465 completely stopped after Sam Jones Expressway to the White River. Delay time is fluctuating between 75 minutes and an hour and a half. And right now, we have two crashes we're dealing with. Eastbound 465 at the White River blocking two right lanes. Then eastbound 465 at Kentucky Avenue on the shoulder. Both of those combined, again, stop traffic from the White River back past I-72 Sam Jones. Looking at a crash on the north side, it's 38th and Moeller Road. Somebody's hurt. It's there in the middle of the intersection. Eastbound is 70 jammed up from Tibbs into the south split, 12-minute delay. Inbound 65, stop and go MLK to Meridian Penford, 9-minute delay. On the northeast side, Lawrence, southbound 465 at Fall Creek at the stall, blocking the right lane. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard to the White River. Northbound side of 465, stop and go from 79 to 865. Traffic sponsored by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. Train Heating and Cooling Systems are engineered to keep up with you. They run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies stay in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
We got some fun stuff coming up this hour, Hammer, including, are we doing caller roulette?
I think we should.
That's a big mistake. That'll be at the bottom of the hour. My name's Nigel. That's Hammer. I think the Biden administration has made it very clear that they intend to let Ukraine do whatever they want and give them whatever they need to. And then in Biden's last couple of months here, especially with these long-range missiles, Biden signed off and said, yeah, Zelensky, those long-range missiles that can shoot way into Russia? Go ahead and use them. You go ahead. And Zelensky didn't waste any time, fired 6 off into Russia, some artillery place. Russia shot 5 of them down and said it damaged another one. But that's like some are saying a big escalation in this whole thing.
Right. It's not necessarily that they thought the rockets or the missiles were going to, do big damage, but it's symbolic, right? Look, the U.S. said this was okay. So if I'm Donald Trump, here's what I do. I get on the phone with Zelensky. I get on the phone with Putin. It's like, listen, I am not going to be in the office until January 20th. But if either one of you clowns get squirrely between now and then, so help me God, you're going to get the Soleimani treatment. Don't threaten me with a good time.
The Soleimani treatment. Wow. I think I'm... I look at that and I think, wow, World War III. You've seen all these World War III, nuclear, blah, 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 which we've been seeing for the past, however many years this has been going on. But they do know, both those guys know Trump is coming soon. Trump's coming home soon. And I think we're going to see some more surprises along the way.
But you're right, though.
It's an escalation for sure.
You're 100% right. Biden and Kamala, their administration, they're going to try to escalate the bejesus out of this and leave Donald Trump with the mess behind. Now, I think it's mainly the handlers, right? I don't think Kamala Harris gives a damn anymore. I don't think Joe Biden even knows where he is right now. He's somewhere running around a forest, I think in Peru with Allison. I don't know. But, Trump's already getting a lot of folks that are reaching out to him saying, let's talk some things out here.
No, Trump put out a statement on social media. Stop this immediately, or, give me a call. The leaders of Ukraine, leaders of Russia, give me a call now, and we'll put us into this. So he's not even president yet.
Right.
And you're totally, 100% on the ball. Biden didn't sign off on anything. He has no clue what's going on. He's still wandering around in the Amazon.
Right. So while that's going on, you've got Megyn Kelly. Now, I always liked Megyn Kelly. I thought Megyn Kelly kind of got a raw deal on that debate night with Donald Trump where he made the Rosie O'Donnell joke and then...
She wasn't very good, though. She was like all the others at that point. Was she on Fox News?
Yeah, she was...
Still at that point?
At that point,
okay.
I think it was their debate. And she asked, you've called women this and that. Only Rosie O'Donnell. And then Trump the next day or two goes on some interview and says she had bloodshot eyes, blood coming out of somewhere. And Megyn Kelly's time at Fox never really recovered.
Yeah, and neither did her time at the next network she was at.
Well, they put her at NBC, but they wanted her to do like fluff stuff, right? They wanted her to do like squirrels water skiing and stuff.
That's squirrels water skiing.
It's not her thing. I like the podcast that she does now. She's out on her own, kind of like Tucker Carlson is. He got canned by Fox. He's out on his own. He's doing great. Megyn Kelly's got a great podcast now, and she had a very interesting reaction to the liberal side of the media, who for so long were calling Donald Trump Hitler and Nazis. Fascist.
Dictators.
Then you have Morning Joe and Mika going down to meet with Donald Trump saying, we're willing to give him a chance now. I just got a hunch that Megyn Kelly's not buying it.
As for us, we also let him know that we will continue to speak truth to power and push back hard when called for.
Oh, please.
As we have with all presidents.
Don't be mistaken. We're not here to defend or normalize Donald Trump. We're here to report on him.
I searched for a way to respond appropriately, and I called on my 10 years as a litigator in addition to my now 20 as a journalist, and I think I found the perfect phrase, go f*** yourselves. Go f*** yourselves, you dishonest jokes of faux journalists. What an absurd farce that was. Which one was insincere? He's Hitler? Or now we're going to speak truth to power and find a way of speaking to and working with Donald Trump? Which one was a lie? Go f*** yourselves.
Megyn Kelly bringing the heat.
The triple F yourself.
But she makes a great point. You don't get to call somebody Hitler and then go meet with him and say, well, let's let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, they just want access. That's all it's about.
That's it.
It's access. I just have still have trouble with Trump letting them in. And I mean, he released another statement too, I think, on social media, kind of saying, I don't know where it's at. I think I sent it to you guys this morning. But he's like, yeah, that's not what happened. They made it sound like it was some summit, but it wasn't.
It's the art of the deal, man. I think that's what it was. Trump's like, you want access. I want you to not call me a Nazi so damn much.
Right.
So let's come up with an understanding here. I think that's all that it was. CNN's Republican Scott Jennings, who honestly, if we're being fair, I think has been the breakout media star of this election cycle. The one guy on CNN that's willing to actually be the voice of the Republicans, not some fake Republican like MSNBC puts up there when it's Adam Kinzinger or Liz Cheney. Scott Jennings, man, he brings the heat. He fights with these people.
I like him.
And he discussed Morning Joe meeting with President Trump as well.
I did not expect Hitler to get so many meeting requests, first from Joe Biden, now from Mika and Joe. It's amazing that literal Hitler is getting all these meeting requests. And what it tells me is that all the rhetoric that came from the left, from the Democrats, from the White House, from Kamala Harris and everyone else before the election, all of the rhetoric, the fascism, the Hitler, the Nazi rally at him, it was all a bunch of BS.
100%. I mean, that's laying it out there, right? All of these people all of a sudden want to have a meeting with Hitler, which they've called, and now we're supposed to let bygones be bygones?
And not only by calling him Hitler, they are, again, I'll say it again, by using the terms Hitler and dictator and fascist, and, he's going to lock everybody up that doesn't agree with him and put journalists in jail, essentially calling in a roundabout way for somebody to go take this guy out, which has happened twice now.
My favorite liberal meltdown of Donald Trump was Nicole Wallace, who kind of saw the writing on the wall. She's over at MSNBC.
Yeah.
Remember when she was very upset that we might not have a correspondence dinner next year? Like, of all the things to worry about, World War, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Iran, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We might not have a correspondence dinner next year. Bite me. We've got a little bit of a price tag here on Kamala Harris's town hall with Oprah. Remember when that bad boy happened? I think I was off, and you...
Oh, yeah.
And it may have been Guy Relford. I can't remember.
Jerry.
Jerry, that's right, Spanglish. You guys were talking about this just completely cheesy, horrible town hall that Kamala Harris did with Oprah Winfrey. So, original reports said that it cost $1 million. Finding out now that it was $2.5 million.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So, this is how Kamala Harris burned through $1.5 billion in 15 weeks. Because her campaign account is like $20 million in the negative now.
This is why she's still fundraising, even though she lost the election?
Right. Here's some of the details of where the money went, thanks to the expense reports. $900,000 spent for ad space on the Sphere in Las Vegas. So she advertised on that big Sphere, and she lost Nevada.
Ooh.
$2.6 million in private jet travel during a 2-week period in October. $2.6 million. How about this? $2.5 million toward Oprah's town hall. $9,000 on ice cream. She must have had Joe Biden around. And $15,000 on Uber Eats and DoorDash. $15,000.
Ooh.
Now, Oprah's coming out saying, I was not paid a dime. But the real reality is her production company was paid all the money.
Of course. You don't write out a check to Oprah Winfrey. It's her production company. Of course she was paid to.
The memo note, campaign help.
Boy, those private jets, man, they really care about the climate, don't they?
They do.
Those liberals and their private jets. Boy, the
From Kamala to Gavin to Leo to Clooney, all those folks, they really, really care about the climate. All right. If you need another reason to drink tonight, Nige, Ted Turner is 86 years old. Man.
He's still around?
He's still around. I think he's in pretty bad shape with like dementia. He doesn't do interviews. I don't think he remembers much anymore. But man, Ted Turner, we would not have cable, honestly, if it wasn't for this guy.
I loved TBS growing up.
When I was a kid, TBS and WGN, the competing super stations, right? WGN had every Cubs game. TBS had every Braves game.
Yeah.
And TBS also had a crap ton of Andy Griffith reruns and WCW wrestling. That was pretty much the entire lineup of TBS. Wrestling, Andy Griffith, and Atlanta Braves baseball.
Love it.
Ted Turner's 86. And last but not least, it's World Toilet Day. World Toilet Day.
Where did you get those clothes? The toilet store?
George Costanza celebrating somewhere.
No, that's Brick.
Brick, that's
from,
right.
Anchorman.
That's right, Brick. How did I get that confused?
Well, George was the one that took the book in the bookstore into the bathroom and got it red flagged.
That's right. Damn it, I hate myself that I missed that.
Nope. Hey, it happens to the best of us.
Matt Bear, happy Toilet Day. Go ahead.
Happy toilet to you too, fellas. It's a special day. Looking at eastbound 465 on the south side, stop traffic. Sam Jones Expressway to the White River. And that's because of two crashes, one at Kentucky Avenue on the shoulder, another one at the White River, and that has two right lanes blocked. And traffic, this delay is running at 76 minutes from the back of the line. Looking at inbound 65, stop and go MLK to Meridian Pan, 11-minute delay. Northbound 65, slow out of the north split, 221st. Eastbound 70, grinding from Holt Road to the south split, 13-minute delay. East side southbound 465, stop and go after I-70, 274. There is a stall on the northeast side on southbound 465 around 71st Street, blocking the right lane, causing stop and go traffic back to Westfield Boulevard. And on the northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go traffic from 79 to 865. Watch out, downtown crash. Somebody got hit by a car. It's Alabama Street at Fort Wayne. Traffic sponsored by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. Train Heating and Cooling Systems are engineered to keep up with you. They run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
66 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Hey, holiday heroes. It's a special time of year at Shane Company. As a family business for 4 generations, we know firsthand that fine jewelry is the gift that says it all. From the engagement ring that says, "You're the one," to the diamond tennis bracelet that says, "Thank you for being you." We have the widest selection of fine jewelry gifts, in stock and ready to take home. Come pick out a pair of hand-matched diamond stud earrings or a necklace with a colorful gemstone. Check out our new Bloom collection, one of owner Tom Shane's favorites this year, featuring stunning sapphires, emeralds, or rubies. At Shane Company, every gift and every price range is crafted to our high-quality standards. We have jewelers working in every store to bring your gifts to life, making sure rings fit just right, setting center stones and engagement rings by hand, and engraving your pieces to make your gifts even more special. Your gifts will always be protected with our unmatched free lifetime warranty. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, if you haven't tried Barkeep Vodka yet, you're missing out. It's the cleanest vodka ever. They utilize a new compression filtering process that reduces bite, burn, and aftertaste. Really one of the smoothest vodkas I've ever had. And it's a better value than almost all the other top shelf vodka.
Made in Indy, distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. And if that's not enough, it's just a better product. It's an amazing vodka. Nigel and I know what we're talking about here. So visit any Indiana grocery store, liquor store, or visit barkeepvodka.com. Barkeepvodka.com. Get that list of locations.
If you're looking for a deal that can't be beat, get over to the friendliest folks you'll ever meet at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield with Black Friday deals running all month long. Now's the time to save big or let them come to you. With Ford Mobile Service, expert maintenance is just a call away, so you can put more time back in your day. Get it, Andy Moore, more time. Schedule your service easily through the Ford Pass app and get oil changes, tire rotations, and more right at your doorstep. And check out the selection. Head down to Andy Moore Ford and explore top picks like the rugged Ford Bronco and the all-electric F-150 Lightning. Trust me on the Lightning. These things are fantastic. Seating for up to 5, intelligent backup power, onboard power for all your tools and gear. This all-electric truck is built for adventure, work, and everything in between. Shop Black Friday deals now at AndyMooreFord.com. That's Andy Moore Ford, M-O-H-R. AndyMooreFord.com.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Melissa Leah, we often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
B's offering our Black Friday sale, 52% off, plus 10% manufacturer rebates and 18 months, no interest, no payments. This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, designers of fine jewelry.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show. Oh, yeah! Dateline Knott's Berry Farm in Southern California. That's an amusement park, theme park, right? Got this giant ride called the Soul Spin. Looks like a big spider that spins around and people dangling from it, and then it spins around, then it kind of turns on its side, and people are like spinning around on its side. Just it looks terrifying. It got stuck 6 stories high. All the passengers like on their side hanging for 2 hours. They finally got him down. Are you okay with this?
No, I'm not okay with that because
terrifying.
That looks horrible. And we've said this before. We have retired from the roller coaster game. Nige, myself, roller coasters are a young man's game. So when we go to theme parks with the family or the kids or whatnot, luckily I'm at the age where my boys are old enough to go knock yourself out. But yeah, this is not good. So here's my question to you. Would you rather be stuck 6 stories high, kind of sideways, but you're way high up, there's a breeze blowing, but you're there for 2 hours? Or would you rather be stuck like I was at SeaWorld, where you're inverted, your face is like 5 feet from the ground, blood's rushing to your head, you're sweating, and it's like 105 degrees.
See, that's like claustrophobic stuff right there, where you're that close to the ground, you're like inverted. These guys were 6 stories high, 20 of them, and they were vertical on this kind of spider-looking thing, the spin ride thing. 2 hours versus 10 minutes. I think I'd go for 10 minutes.
10 minutes of the blood rushing to your head and sweat pouring out.
Well, I was watching the news coverage of this in Southern California, and the anchors were making it seem like everybody was fine. Nobody was panicking. Not me. If that would have been me, are you kidding?
22 riders had to be rescued off that thing.
Passed out. A couple people went to the hospital just as a precaution, but everybody was okay.
Maybe that's the secret. Maybe you just got to try to black out and pass out, and when you wake up, you'll be off the ride.
It was announced that Beyonce going to be performing at halftime of the NFL Christmas Day game between the Ravens and the Texans. She's performing her songs from Cowboy Carter. That's her country album. First time ever live. Okay, we got the teaser?
We got the teaser.
Let's hear the teaser.
It's a lot of chatter in here, but let me make myself clear. Can you hear me? Can we stand?
Are you okay with this?
I don't care. I really, really, really don't care. I'm going to say no. If you want an answer, I'm never one to complain about halftime shows. I mention this when we find out who the Super Bowl act is all the time, because I'm not paying for it. I'm just a dude watching it at home. The reason I'm not okay with it, it's not Beyonce's music. It's this country stuff she's trying to do. It's like booking Garth Brooks to perform, and he does this stupid Chris Gaines act. Remember when he tried to be Chris Gaines and be a pop singer? Yeah. What the hell was that? Stupid. You don't want to hear Chris Gaines. You want to hear the Thunder Rolls. You want to hear Friends in Low Places.
I agree. So you want to hear Crazy in Love and like put a ring on it and stuff like that.
For those who don't know what Beyonce's country music sounds like, this is her song, Texas Hold'em. Kylan?
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em. They are cards down, 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 down.
Okay. Now, if that sounds familiar, if you have kids that are real little, maybe grandkids that are real little, look me in the eyes and tell me that doesn't sound like the theme song to the Talking Turtle show, Franklin, that used to be on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
This ain't Texas. Hey, it's Franklin. They are cards down, down, down. Coming over to play. Don't be a come take it to the floor now. Hey, it's Franklin.
Does your kids ever watch Franklin?
Didn't watch Franklin, no, but those are identical.
Yes. Kylan knows what I'm talking about, right? That sounds exactly like Franklin. Texas
Sure
Hold'em.
is. Sure is. Yep.
All
Childhood
right.
classic.
We're going to put Kylan to work here.
Okay.
Let's do caller roulette.
Oh, no.
Let's blow these phone lines up and let's rock and roll. 239-9393. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk politics, we can. If you want to talk music, we can. If you want to talk about bad experiences in the bedroom, I do not care. All we ask is you keep it brief and you keep it clean. Do not swear, okay? Other than that, anything goes. 239-9393. Now, we're going to cross our fingers and hope that our phone lines work. Because if the phone lines don't work, then it's just going to be all bedroom talk coming up next.
You never know.
239-9393. Hoping our phones are working. We'll let you know after the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
We can only hope those phones will be working. Skies are mostly clear over the circle at 66 degrees. Radar's clear of any rain. Temperatures tonight drop to about 42. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:30. It's only going to get colder the next couple of days. So cold, in fact, you could be getting snow Thursday.
Some areas of central Indiana could pick up minor accumulations. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for travel. Since the ground's pretty warm, we would have to have some pretty heavy snow rates for it to accumulate on the roads, and we don't expect that. It should be light to moderate snow showers.
Randy Bowers at the National Weather Service. The strongest chances for any snow would be in the northern portions of the state. Like he said, central Indiana could get some. A husband and wife were arrested in Clark County Monday. State Police Master Trooper Philip Hensley says Johnny Zavala and Maria Bonilla created LLCs to produce vehicle titles for people who weren't allowed in the United States.
Basically defrauding the state by circumventing the process of how we would normally go about getting vehicle registrations and properly titling your car.
Zavala and Bonilla have both been charged with theft, tax evasion, and racketeering. Donald Trump's nominating Dr. Oz, yes, the one from TV, to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which oversees Medicare, Medicaid, the Children's Health Insurance Program, and healthcare.gov that currently provides coverage for about half the country. Dr. Oz is also going to be working alongside RFK Jr. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he won't let Republicans stand in the way of confirming Biden-appointed judges before Congress changes next year. What does Schumer think about Trump appointments and confirmations?
We think every nominee deserves a vote. A lot of that is in Senator Thune's hand. And it'll be very important to see whether he stands by what we've had in America for hundreds of years, the Senate advise and consent.
Advice and consent is a constitutional rule that gives the Senate power to confirm appointees. Indiana's Governor-elect Mike Braun's inauguration ceremony will be Monday, January 13th.
It's scheduled for 11 a.m. that day at the Hilbert Circle Theater, which is on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Not only will Braun be inaugurated as governor that day, Micah Beckwith will also be inaugurated as lieutenant governor, and Todd Rokita will be inaugurated as Indiana's attorney general. There are smaller festivities in the days prior to that, leading up to it, including a reception, a mass, and a First Lady's breakfast. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The traffic at 532. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, looking at the south side, crash eastbound 465 at the White River. That is blocking two right lanes, stopping traffic to Sam Jones Expressway for a 56-minute delay. In the middle of that delay, it's eastbound 465 at Kentucky Avenue, crash on the shoulder. Also looking at the south side, westbound 465 at 31, crash on the entrance from northbound 31 to westbound 465. Stop and go traffic back to I-65. Inbound 65 jams White River Bridge to the north split, 12-minute delay. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic coming in from Holt Road to the south split again, 12-minute delay. Northeast side southbound 465, that's a stall before Fall Creek, and it's blocking the right lane, causing stop and go traffic back to Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Don't miss the annual B Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products, plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates, and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy skies staying in place for this evening. Scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder expected after midnight for tonight. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. Scattered showers still possible waking up tomorrow. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
This may be the best thing we've ever done.
Nope.
Or a really, really, really bad idea.
Yep.
Let's find out. We have no idea what to expect on the other side of this phone bank. I got to be honest, I'm just happy the phones are working. It was pretty touch and go there for a second.
Well, they weren't working at first.
No, but now they are.
Okay.
So all we know is a first name. We have no idea what these people want to talk about, but if you're on hold, these are the rules of engagement. Keep it brief, do not swear, and that's all we ask. All right, Kirk, get us going. Kirk, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel Show. What do you want to talk about?
Oh.
Kirk.
And we're off and running. Let's go to Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel Show. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing well. Hey, I got stuck on one of those rides at Kings Island that you were talking about.
Ooh. Do you remember
they
which
have
one?
The same. So it's like the enormous swing one, and it spins around. It's like the highest ride there, and they bring us up, and this crazy like Harry Potter music's going on, and then all of a sudden we get to the top, and I'm with my son, and it just stops.
Ooh, is that the one, Kirk? Is that this is not Kirk, is it? But is that the one that drops down all of a sudden, like just drops straight?
No, that's this one called Drop Zone, where you actually go up there, and it has like shoulder straps on it and stuff.
Oh,
this thing's like going up in one of those like little baby pumpkin seats that are on a swing set.
Yeah.
And you're just like hundreds of feet in the air.
Yep.
And then they get on the thing and they just say, we're having a technical difficulty. We have to go in reverse. Please stay seated. Is this like you're going to get up and go anywhere?
You never want to hear.
As if you're going to go anywhere, and then they finally get you down, but they're doing it in like reverse, and they're bringing you down and everything. And as you're going down, you can see the park staff has been summoned to come over to the ride to deal with the people that are getting off. And we get to the end, and this lady comes up, and she gives us these little, like, business cards for a free ice cream.
That's all you got was a free ice cream.
You never want to get stuck 100 feet in the air on an amusement park ride, and then on the intercom, the first words you hear is, Just with that guy.
Let's go to Ron. Ron is up next. Welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show, Ron.
Let me tell you, tonight it's going to be a wipeout. Texas A&M Commerce is playing Connecticut. The point spread is 38.5. Iowa, back in November the 4th, beat that same team by 22 at Iowa. It's foregone. Lay it with the big number. I was going to say, what is becoming of the White River downtown and all the plans that they said they were looking at about trying to develop it into something nice rather than into the scum bucket that it is right now?
Well, Ron, a lot of the development that was supposed to be for various parts of downtown have gone out the window because the 11 Park is not happening now. A lot of the cleanup of White River is not happening now. But we do have a government-funded hotel on the way.
Sure,
so
there's that.
There's that.
What was he saying at first, by the way?
College basketball point spreads. Big number tonight if you're willing to lay, I think, 38.5. But I don't know. John, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. John, what's up?
Okay, so if a person did not eat anything for 3 days, drank water, that's it, maybe they did the whole colonoscopy cleanse, and then for 3 days straight, all they ate was whole kernel corn. You know where I'm going with this.
Finish it.
Could you eat it?
Sure. Why not? I mean,
could I eat it?
Yes. Would it be clean enough to reuse?
Oh, you guys that's sick. I'm sickened. You guys are degenerates. That's gross.
I'd still rather have that over cottage cheese. And you eat that nasty-ass cottage cheese in the back office, and it stinks, and it looks like hell.
Oh, it's so good, but that is... I'm speechless. That one left me speechless.
Hey, sometimes times are tough, man. Chris is up next. Chris, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
What the hell?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey.
So, 3 things, and I'll make them quick. First, since the last thing I heard was about the Beyonce. You know, I don't knock Beyonce for trying to do a, remaking herself. I mean, you got to think about, Hootie and the Blowfish. You know, he tried to remake himself. And have you heard Florida Georgia Line? Well, he did okay. Florida Georgia Line. I mean, some of that new country now is whatever. The second thing is, me and my wife, we were at Kings Island one time and riding the Tomb Raider. We get in, we're settled in, we empty our pockets. When the thing comes down, she can't see me. Stops the ride. I'm getting off. I got to get off. And she gets off. I ride the ride. Oh, that made me sick. And the third thing I'll say is, hey, that red wave finally came. I hope they do something this time. They've got to do something. Because
amen. Preach, brother, preach. All right, let me just do a little PSA here.
Yes.
If you're calling to call a roulette, no more 3 layers of your question. No more 3 layers of the conversation here. It's roulette, baby. We got to keep it going fast and furious. I love you, man, and you're right. The Republicans need to get off their backside and actually do something.
Was he talking about at the federal level or the state level?
Yes. Yes. That's what he's talking about. Zachariah, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, I want to jump on that same topic of the Republicans needing to do something. With all that needs to be corrected with the election integrity, do you think we're going to have some actual enshrine changes into verifications? And
if it continues to be states' rights, don't expect Colorado or California or New York anytime soon to do that kind of stuff. But if somehow, some way, they can find some loophole to make this a federal deal where you have to have a proper identification, yes, that would be good news, but you know what would happen next. These states will then find another loophole to give somebody an ID. So the game just continues to get played. Tara, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, first, I don't care about Beyonce either. And second, it was George Costanza on Seinfeld that said the jerk store called. They ran out of you.
That's
I
right.
think
That's what I got confused earlier with
the
brick.
Toilet store. Where did you get those clothes? The toilet store? That's Brick Hammond.
I got the jerk store and the toilet store confused.
Well, I had sex with your wife. She's in a coma.
Regular Jeff is up. Regular Jeff, how the heck are you?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Hey, I'm going to tell you two geniuses that graduated about 100 years after I did. I want to keep you in mind that, do you remember that the first president of the Senate was John Adams? That was the vice president of George Washington. Boy, if we could inflict that back to the things that changed in 1913 and 1917, that would put JD as the president of the Senate. Think about that, guys.
Right on, Regular Jeff.
That'll be on my mind all night, Jeff.
You're going to be sitting on your toilet because it's National Toilet Day, and you're going to think, what the hell did Regular Jeff just say? Adams, Vance, Senate. Oh, I know what he's talking about.
Sure.
Ruff, am I saying this right? Ruff, how are you?
Just fine. Glad to see you guys are having call-ins, and I just wanted to lobby for more of them. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, man, we try to do this like every Tuesday-ish. Sometimes we get drunk and forget, but we try to do this every Tuesday.
But I think it's a good thing, and the more the merrier.
Right on, thank you. That was a little underwhelming there. I appreciate the kind words, don't get me wrong.
There's been worse.
Oh, boy, there have been worse.
The guy with the thing with the colonoscopy and the corn, I could have done without.
I'm just saying you eat worse here in the office.
Go back and listen if you're not familiar with what we're talking about. Go back on the podcast and you tell me which is worse.
Like, that's my last resort. If I have to go full Bear Grylls to survive and I've got to go to that, I may choose that over cottage cheese.
I love cottage cheese. Some seasoned salt over it.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, holiday shoppers, got a no-brainer gift idea for you. It always fits. It's super useful, and best of all, it's just $50, plus you get two for the price of one. I'm talking about a classic membership with AAA Hoosier Motor Club. AAA has bailed me out so many times. I've been broken down on the side of the road. I've had my car battery die on me, flat tires. AAA is there getting me back on the road ASAP right now. You can get two memberships for the price of one.
And that comes with roadside assistance, 24/7, 365. Get that peace of mind knowing your loved ones are safe out on the road. Plus, travel discounts, complimentary travel planning, and you can also get info on auto, home, life insurance. All you got to do is visit AAA.com/radio to get this deal. AAA.com/radio, or stop by a local AAA office. Two memberships for just $50. Give that gift right now.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, what's all this I hear about seasons free things?
Yeah, we're giving away even more than usual this season.
Free alignment with any Ford tire purchase isn't seasonal, Mike. It's free every day at Tire Discounters.
Sure, but right now, guess what else happens every day?
I know that customers can save up to $250 on Michelin tires.
Absolutely. Now, guess what else?
Mike, I'm a Phantom tire buyer with a secret identity. Please don't toy with me.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yes?
We're doing these drawings.
Like a game show.
And one lucky customer per day wins all their money back for 4 tires.
Spectacular! But why call it seasons free things?
You know, season's greetings. It's like a play on words.
Yes, of course it is. I knew that.
It's seasons free things at Tire Discounters. One lucky customer per day wins their money back on tires. Everyone saves big on major brands like Continental. And a free alignment and oil change comes with every Ford tire purchase.
Hammer and Nigel here. Hey, my wife and I were just in Diamonds Direct a couple of weeks ago over there at Keystone at the Crossing. Awesome as ever. Now Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting right now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. You can take 25% off virtually everything. I'm talking rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make the holiday sparkle. This weekend, They're decking the halls with expanded selections and top designer appearances in the store. 25% off now through Sunday. Shop early for Christmas and get the year's best value.
Plus, special financing. This is the big one, okay? With in-store designer appearances all weekend, including on Sunday. So come and see all the latest creations from the top jewelry designers in America. If you've got a special occasion coming up, or maybe you want to get that home run gift for the holidays, this is the sale you can't miss. Skip the Black Friday madness and just go to Diamonds Direct. DiamondsDirect.com. Stop by, tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
In the fight against lung cancer, it's game on, game strong. Franciscan Health leads the way with robotic technology to find and treat cancer sooner. Our entire team of multidisciplinary experts let cancer know it's hard to play against us. Franciscan Health is changing the game for lung cancer patients. Schedule a consultation or second opinion today. Visit franciscanhealth.org/lung cancer care.
Reach your fitness goals in 2024 with the 20-minute once-a-week program at Exercise Inc. 5 locations now in Fishers. Visit exerciseinc.com.
Save at Circle K Fuel Day Pop-Up. On Thursday, November 21st, Circle K is dropping the price on fuel from 4 to 7 p.m. Plus special deals on snacks and surprises all day.
See Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of lab-grown diamonds. Refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Shop local. Shop smart. Shop Pierce Jewelers.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, the southwest side is a parking lot right now. 2 crashes on eastbound 465. The first at Kentucky Avenue on the shoulder, and then the second at the White River, and that is blocking the right lane. Traffic is stopped on eastbound 465 from the White River back to Sam Jones Expressway. Delay time is 62 minutes. Going the other way, westbound 465 at US 31, still on the south side. It is a crash blocking the left lane, also partially blocking the ramp from northbound 31 to westbound 465. This has created a stop traffic situation from 31 back to I-65. That delay at 21 minutes. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic from the White River to the north, split delay at 18 minutes. And eastbound 70 grinding from Tibbs Avenue into the south, split 12 minutes on that wait. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Don't miss the annual B Window Black Friday sale. Up to 52% off all products plus 10% in manufacturer's rebates and no payments, no interest for 20 months. Now proud to be employee owned. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
65 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. So Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy to restructure their debt.
Oh, boy. Have you flown Spirit Airlines?
I think I've gone one time. One time, I think, a cheap trip to Florida,
okay.
I think. They say it won't affect the holiday flights, so if you've got something booked already, you should be good to go. But the experts say it could eventually mean fewer routes, less competition, which could lead to ticket prices at an all-time high. Here is the CCO of Spirit, Matt Klein, talking about the company.
Brands have to change. Products must evolve. And we were kind of stuck in a spot that didn't allow us to change the way that we knew we should and that we knew we could.
Well, I mean, bankruptcy, they're going to restructure their debt, and Spirit says it's not going to affect their flights. Is it going to affect their pilots or the mechanics on the ground?
But you're already in short supply.
No kidding.
Now, Colin, I want you to play
know.
that clip one more time because something just hit me. If you close your eyes, tell me this guy from Spirit Airlines, Matt Klein, doesn't sound exactly like Jimmy Kimmel.
Brands have to change. Products must evolve.
Yes.
And we were kind of stuck in a spot that didn't allow us to change the way that we knew we should and that we knew we could.
It's like AI Jimmy Kimmel.
Exactly like Kimmel.
Like the same tone.
Except
and
he wasn't
everything.
crying.
That guy's probably funnier. Jimmy Kimmel still crying? Anybody watching the late night shows? Is Jimmy Kimmel still up there crying?
It was just after the election. That's about it.
Go back to Spirit Airlines.
You crying, boy?
that's one of those airlines where you think, oh my goodness, look at this, a $29 fare? Holy Lord, I can't believe it. And you go to check out, you've got to pay like a ridiculous amount to have a bag, a ridiculous amount to pick a seat. Like instead of just assigning you a seat, which I kind of feel like that is what the price should go to, you got to pay a fee to select a seat.
You got a credit card reader on the bathroom to unlock it. $5, please.
Number one or number two?
Number two, $10.
Right. $5 for a number one, $10 for a number two. We've got some tickets to give away here. Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
Special guest, the Mavericks, June 6th of next year at the Everwise Amphitheater. How about this? Caller number 9. We'll give you those tickets. 239-9393. Guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music. Dwight Yoakam, June 6th, 2025, Everwise Amphitheater, 239-9393. All right, when we come back, legal stuff with Donald Trump. Remember the whole hush money deal with Stormy Daniels? It's not even really hush money, but that's what the media calls it. We've got an update on that. Also, Big Fat Fanny. Will we see her big fat face here in about a month?
Funny.
Or will there be something else that happens? We call that a tease, boys and girls. Find out coming up right after 6 o'clock on the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-525-9369, 800-525-9369, 800-525-9369.
Attention Indiana homeowners, are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new, no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
It's Hammer and Nigel for Window Nation. Experts say that heating costs are increasing up to 23% this winter. And if your windows aren't from Window Nation, your money is literally going out the window. They have some of the best insulated windows, so your heat stays inside. And right now, get these amazing windows at 50% off.
Plus, you could save even more money with 0% interest for 5 years. Hurry, this sale ends November 30th. Schedule your fast in-home estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent America's Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Owner Danny Reinhardt's daughter Kim says her dad has a daily influence on the way customers are treated.
Dad's built a great business, and it's an honor to be able to keep carrying it on, and his work ethic and the way he treats customers, and that's something that I want to carry on and treat people the same way.
You can call on Reinhardt Heating and Cooling at 317-745-4526. Reinhardt is your trusted local independent America's Standard dealer.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
If you have a well, you simply have to have regular preventative maintenance or you'll have a no water event at some point. For a limited time, C&J is offering a well cleaning and a 6-point inspection for only $845, and that's a full 15% discount for the cleaning, a flow evaluation, switch analysis, pump amps test, Pressure tank check, leak inspection, and a bacteria sampling too. Clean out before you chill out. Just call C&J. Great systems and great people too. 317-852-WELL.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Marek Mazurek. Evansville-based plastics manufacturer Berry Global Group is set to be acquired by Amcor, a packaging company headquartered in Zurich, Switzerland. The all-stock deal is valued at $8.4 billion, according to Bloomberg. Berry CEO Kevin Kwilinski said the acquisition brings together two complementary businesses.
Berry's business has never been more complementary to Amcor, and this is the right time to combine these two companies to deliver more value to our customers and our shareholders.
News of the acquisition comes less than 2 weeks after Berry announced it had completed the spin-off of its health, hygiene, and specialties global nonwovens and films business. If the acquisition is approved, the combined company will retain the Amcor name, with its head office remaining in Zurich. However, Amcor noted the company will maintain a significant presence in Evansville. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
In pursuit of establishing 50,000 student apprenticeships by 2034, a coalition of major industry, state, and educational leaders will distribute more than $1 million in grants to kickstart 4 industry talent organizations. Banking, healthcare, life sciences, and advanced manufacturing have already been identified as key industries lacking enough skilled workers in the state and will be the initial focus of the high school apprenticeship programs. BioCrossroads will create 2 talent associations for healthcare and life sciences with $200,000 each. Connexus Indiana will establish an advanced manufacturing and logistics association using another $250,000. Those associations will survey employers for insights about industry needs, including preferred curriculum and commonly understaffed roles, so education and apprenticeship training can be best targeted. I'm Marek Mazurek for 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes, IMPD officers are looking into 5 different shootings that happened yesterday. Indiana Governor-elect Mike Braun is making his plans for inauguration in January, and when you could possibly be getting some snow this week. Yeah, that's right, snow. That's all coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis at 6 o'clock.
Filling another vacancy. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President-elect Trump tapping a well-known doctor to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
Dr. Mehmet Oz, the host of the long-running Dr. Oz television show, will be nominated to lead CMS, the agency in charge of administering Medicare, Medicaid, and the Children's Health Insurance Program. Oz ran unsuccessfully for a Senate seat in Pennsylvania 2 years ago. He was a heart surgeon before launching a television career. In a statement, President-elect Trump says Oz will be a leader in incentivizing disease prevention to get the best results for every dollar we spend on health care and cut waste and fraud within the country's most expensive government agency.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington, and President-elect Trump says he is not reconsidering the nomination of former Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Trump made the comments in Boca Chica, Texas, where Elon Musk's company SpaceX has launched its 6th rocket.
3, 2, 1.
The company said it will not attempt to catch and return a booster it landed in the ocean. And Trump has made Musk part of the administration as part of the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency. U.S. officials say Ukraine fired several American-supplied long-range missiles into Russia, the first time Kyiv has used such weapons since the start of the war, and just days after President Biden gave the okay.
The response from Russia was immediate. Following the attack and strike, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a nuclear
nuclear doctrine, lowering the Kremlin's threshold to use nuclear weapons in response to a conventional attack that threatens Russia or Belarus's sovereignty. He had warned he would do so in September. The Pentagon said it has not seen any change to Russia's nuclear posture.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. America is listening to Fox News.
'93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
5 shootings all in one evening. 64 degrees, clear skies downtown. There's no rain in your radar. Tonight's low drops to about 42. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 6:02. IMPD officers responded to 5 different shootings last night. One of them was fatal. Officer Tommy Thompson says they could use some help from people who might have any information.
IMPD can't do it alone. It takes this entire community, and we continue to repeat that. The community, we need you to step up, and we need you to say something if you see something and report to us and let us know if there's criminal activity.
The first shooting happened around 6. That was the fatal one. It was at a gas station on the east side. Thompson says anyone with info can give Crime Stoppers a call or go straight to the departments. Indiana's Governor-elect Mike Braun's transition team has announced the schedule for Braun's inauguration festivities early next year. Here's John Herrick.
Braun's camp says the inauguration ceremony is scheduled for 11 a.m. on January 13th of next year at the Hilbert Circle Theater on Monument Circle. A reception and gala is on Saturday night before that, with a mass slated for 10 Sunday morning. Also on January 13th, Mike Braun's wife, Maureen, is putting on a breakfast to honor female entrepreneurs at 9 that morning. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A husband and wife were arrested in Clark County Monday. State Police Master Trooper Philip Hensley says Johnny Zavala and Maria Bonilla created LLCs to produce vehicle titles for people who weren't allowed in the country.
Basically defrauding the state by circumventing the process of how we would normally go about getting vehicle registrations and properly titling your car.
Zavala and Bonilla have both been charged with theft, tax evasion, and racketeering. And which one of you asked for snow this week? Forecaster Randy Bowers says you might get some Thursday.
Some areas of central Indiana could pick up minor accumulations. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for travel. Since the ground's pretty warm, we would have to have some pretty heavy snow rates for it to accumulate on the roads, and we don't expect that. It should be light to moderate snow showers.
Before those snow chances come into play, you'll have temperatures dropping tomorrow. They'll drop even further Thursday. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 6:04.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
The traffic on the 5s at 6:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
I'm looking at the south side, Harrison. Southwest side on eastbound 465 still stopped from Sam Jones Expressway to the White River. Delay time is 56 minutes. In this delay, 2 crashes. One at Kentucky Avenue. That's on this shoulder. The other one, the one at the top of the delay, eastbound 465 at the White River, that is also moved out of the interstate. Just happened over to the shoulder. So this delay should relieve here as the evening progresses. Looking at westbound 465 at US 31, crash blocking the left lane, causing stop and go traffic back to I-65. And now we're hearing of a crash as eastbound